Services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Card, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 6/22/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio. Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are partly cloudy as we continue to move through our Monday morning. We've got a couple showers off the coast, and we're going to see more rain returning later on today. Downpours and thunderstorms will be moving through during the afternoon, likely lingering into the evening. Small threat for a few severe thunderstorms today as well. Highs are going to be in the 80s this afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $250 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends June 14th. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BILLS at realradio921.com. That's BILLS. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
It's the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day and had a good weekend. A lot went on this weekend. We'll get into all of it. Some NBA playoffs, Formula One races, the air show in Fort Lauderdale. I checked that out for a while. I'll tell you, man, those planes are quick and loud if you're not expecting them. We got a giveaway for you guys today at 11:45. Still a chance for you to win $1,000. Panthers tonight. It is the second round as they take on Toronto. You could hear that on Real Radio. I believe pregame starts at 7:30. And the game kicks off at 8 o'clock. So there it is. So you'll hear the Panthers tonight on Real Radio. Second round as they try to get back to the Stanley Cup and hopefully do. Derby, we lost. We lost our ass. I mean, we got annihilated. But we expected it. I mean, again, we had the long shots, and that was one of the favorites. Teddy Covers, if you listened on Saturday, did give you the trifecta. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. He gave 18, 8, and 3. So hats off to Teddy. I didn't pay attention to it. He texted me like Saturday night. He was like, "You're not going to thank me?" And I go, "You know what? There was so many friggin' horses that I was hearing. Like my mind blew. By 7 o'clock, this horse, that horse, this combination. It was just like, oh, God. It was too many. And then I put in a lot of bets for people and at the Kennel Club and the 7 and the 6 and the 4 and the 9. And Greek, can you do 80 here? Can you do 60 here? I got a little lucky because I was putting in so many bets that it started dipping in what I had. So it was good because I lost. So it was like, somebody wanted to say 50 on a horse, and I might have had 100 on it. So I was like, all right, take the 50 out of that, whatever. But it was definitely, and it was rainy. It was just so set up for a long shot. And we had 19 a lot, and that was, I think, gold, chain of gold or something like that. Mm-hmm. And when it first came across the line, because it was money, and where I was at, I wasn't sure. Was that an 18 or a 19? And I was like, let's go to the Kennel Club. I said to my friends, I go, we're either going to the Kennel Club or we're going south. And it was south. We didn't go to the Kennel Club. Franny's out today. She'll be back with us tomorrow. She had a nice weekend, I'm sure, in New Orleans. We'll hear all about it. But Domster's in the house. Dom, how are you?
I'm all right, G-Man. Doing all right.
And you did something very, very nice this weekend. Hats off to you. You helped somebody move, which is very nice.
Yeah, fellow worker.
Yeah, very nice because, again, that's one of the things people hate to do.
Oh, yeah.
When they got to move and somebody asks you, like, ooh, I haven't moved a lot in my life. I'm going to say 3 times, 4 times, if that. But it's just, it's crazy because that is a day, though, that sucks. You never hear anybody like moving. It just sucks. Getting the stuff out sucks. Moving the stuff in sucks. It's just one of those things. And nobody likes to ask anybody for help. So hats off to you. You're a good man. I lost another pair of AirPods. So that sucks. We got some NBA tonight, which is awesome. We got Boston and the Knicks at 7 o'clock. Got Oklahoma City taking on Denver. And the Warriors won last night. Ooh, after the Rockets spanked them a couple times, the Warriors played good last night. Rockets played bad. They were very bad. But you can call us at 877-927-6969. If you went down to Formula One, let us know. Love to hear about it. I know a couple of people who went down there. They said it was a lot of fun, but there was a lot of rain. Definitely was. I think today is Cinco de Mayo, so that's something else. Today is Cinco de Mayo, so there's a lot of parties out there and drink specials.
I think Franny left the tequila here that I got her on Friday.
Oh, wow.
She wanted to use it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll do Cinco de Mayo -2. But you can call us about that. You got I know we got a lot of Knicks fans out there, and they are saying, hey, they're going to beat Boston or give them a challenge. I don't see that, but you never know. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I think Boston spanks them. And the Panthers tonight, that's going to be a good game. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142.
I don't have access to that.
Okay, no access.
Randy's not here.
All right, no access.
Talkbacks and phone.
Talkbacks and phones. There it is. There's where you guys can get involved with us if you want to call us. We have a giveaway at 11:45. We'll get into that. Hold on one second. Let me just change all this stuff here. Give me a second. Dom's getting a phone call.
I was just going to say that our giveaway is actually for Billy Idol and Joan Jett in the Blackhearts Tuesday, May 13th. It's coming up next week. And at the Amerant Bank Arena, we can play Greeks Casino to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's awesome.
And, that'll be a great show, Billy Idol.
Have you ever seen him?
Yeah, I believe he was over at didn't he do Sunfest, I believe, one year?
Yeah, I think so, over the years. Yeah, it was a crazy weekend because there was no Sunfest. I heard that from a lot of people, like, oh, no Sunfest, and just, a lot of people, I think, missed it, whether or not you went every year or not, but it was just something, part of the community, and for years and years and years. I saw a lot of people took pictures of downtown, like, no Sunfest, this is what it looks like.
I was downtown yesterday. It was quiet. Just a normal quiet, yep.
Yeah, it was quiet. I was in Fort Lauderdale most of the weekend. Man, it was crazy. I went to one air show years ago, but man, it was those planes are unbelievable and loud.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I was on a balcony. Like, you don't see them first, you just hear them, and then all of a sudden, man, oh my God, the building shook. I was like, wow. Went over to one of my buddy's house later in the afternoon, and we hung out on his balcony. He had a great view. But I think since the plane thing with me, I'm a little like gung shy, so I was against the wall. That's all I need. But it was cool. A lot of people out checking that out. And they put on some show, those Blue Angels. So it was definitely fun. And if you got a good, if you're on the balcony and stuff like that, it's not bad. On the beach, it's probably a little hot.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely hot.
I'm sure all those people were hearing the F1 cars around the Hard Rock Stadium.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
All day.
Oh, yeah, all weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right, all weekend. That probably had to be crazy, too. People were probably parking over there, too, for 3 days. Yeah, the F1 was this weekend. It started out Saturday, a lot of rain. A lot of rain on Saturday. I talked to somebody who went Saturday, and they said it was just not that bad. But yesterday it was a lot better. But it was, if you were going south yesterday, it was a lot of traffic. Took me a long time to get to work today, over 2 hours. I left my house like 6:45. But I got here after 9. It's just 95 is a parking lot. I might have to start taking the train. I really do. I don't want to do it, but 2 hours is so crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. And it just, like, you don't even move. Like, you could get out and probably run around your car twice and nobody would hit you. I mean, it's just like, I was on the phone with one of my buddies this morning. I'm like, I'm not moving. And there's no accident. It's just such a volume, more and more people. And I've been commuting for years. I lived in PGA for years, but I went south like 2015, and it just seems like it's unbelievable.
You would think the snowbirds are somewhat leaving now, you know?
I don't even know if there is any snowbirds. I mean, there is and there isn't. Like, I don't know. I don't see a big difference in restaurants and stuff. I don't know. I just don't. It's packed. I mean, 2 hours is a long time. I mean, it really is. 2 of my friends take the train now from Boca. They just couldn't take the drive-in. But then you're locked in. That's the whole thing. You're locked in. You can't, you got to stay on a schedule. Then you got to get a ride from the train station. My buddy was telling me to walk over to one over here. And I went over there and I was like, first of all, it's not that close.
Yeah.
It's over like a mile and a change.
And that walk is,
Oh, yeah, it's a little tough. I don't know if I would make it through the walk.
I wouldn't wear your watch.
Yeah. I might lose my shirt. I mean, different things like that. I get here and I look homeless. Lady Gaga played in front of 2 million people, which was an unbelievable concert. There was also some rumors or stories going out about a bomb threat, which they stopped. Thank God. That's good. Saturday Night Live crushed Trump. Trump, Belichick. They went after him. There's a meme going around where you see Belichick on the beach with his girl, and that's Madden 06 at the 26. It's so funny. Hats off to Dan who sent that to me. So remember the picture where he's got her up on the feet? Yeah, that's the Madden cover this year. It's crazy.
That's great.
And Saturday Night Live, they had somebody portraying Trump where he signed a bill where 70-year-olds can now go out with 20-year-olds or something like that. It's just crazy. I've heard probably her name I heard the most this weekend. And it's amazing how somebody can, get into the, everybody's consciousness and mind, how everybody's talking about it. Belichick did say he's going to hire somebody else now to help him with his public relations and interviews. So maybe he's feeling the juice of all the headaches and all the problems.
Yeah.
And the negativity with her. But, yeah, my feeling, if they're happy, let them go. I mean, who cares? I mean, they don't care about my life. I don't care about their life. But it's fun banter back and forth. It definitely is, and people definitely take notice to it. But you call us at 877-927-6969. Maybe you had the winner of the Derby. Maybe you watched it in a certain spot, and you had a good time, and you're like, hey, this is awesome. And again, it's so crazy how it's over in 2 seconds, it seems like.
Where were you? Where did you finally end up at that moment?
At the moment, I was at Burt Max's.
Okay.
That's where I ended up. And we went a couple different places, did the locker room. We stopped around. We were going to go south, but we got too late of a start. So I ended up south later after the after Burt Max's. That's where I ended up at the W. And then I ended up at one of my buddy's houses next day, which was great. It was all fun. It was great, but it was so many funny because there was a lot of people there who really never watched the Derby or, got familiar. And they're like, that's it? It's over? I'm like, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. There's a lot of places where, you paid a nice cover and you're done. That's it.
Yep.
Maybe you get a drink and, it's not like the Super Bowl where it's 3 hours and you're going there. But people get there early, a lot of hat content. I saw a lot of people dressed up, which was nice. Burt Max's did a great job. But yeah, we were going to go there. There was a couple other places we were going to go. And then it gets to the point where it's like, I don't know, 6:30 and like, should we go someplace else? Then you're worried you're not going to get in there. You don't want to miss the race. I almost texted you because one of my buddies is like, it's got to be on your phone somehow. And I'm like, maybe Hulu, maybe they had it or Peacock. I'm not sure.
No.
But it was a little rainy. And the 18 came across and the 3 and the 8, and that was it. I think the trifecta paid $231.
Oof.
I think for $2. I'm not 100% sure. I heard that in the crowd from somebody. But you definitely have to check that out and see what happens. And then you got May 15th, which is not this Saturday, next Saturday, I believe. Oh, 17th, May 17th, and that's the Preakness. So that's the second part of the Triple Crown. And then 3 weeks later, you got the Belmont. The Belmont's usually in June, and then that's it. But yeah, there's so many horses in the race, and like I said, me with my phone, like I almost wanted to throw my phone like 4:30 on Saturday because it was like, text, put this in, 673-259-1816, and everybody gives you your reasons why. That's my mom's birthday. This is my wedding day. This is my sister's ass. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take it.
Yeah, how'd you keep track of all that? Did you have a nice piece of paper, nice and long?
I had everything on my text.
Oh.
I did. I helped a couple of my friends early, and then later in the day, a couple other people were texting me, and it was just getting too much. And then you hear so much. You know what I mean? It's better to be shut out. Like you put your stuff in and just take a nap. And then wake up like 5 to 7, and that's it. Because when you hear even at the track when you're there, you always hear somebody in line like, I know the 6 is good. My brother-in-law's cousin lives next to the guy. Like you hear all stuff like that. Just it's all luck. At the end of the day, I've said everything. Whether it's lottery, slot machines, you can be at a slot machine for 2 hours, you don't win. Some guy comes up, boing, wins.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the way it happens. It's life too. And right place at the right time. And just that's what you got to do. You got to stick with it. But yeah, the Belichick thing is funny because I heard Rover and them, they were talking about it this morning. And it's just all over the place. Like anywhere you go, people have an opinion about it. They have a thing about it. It's wrong. It's right. It's their lives. Let them do what they want. I mean, she is somebody, though, that you didn't know who she was 2 months ago. And now everybody, when you say Jordan, you don't think of Michael. You think of Belichick's girlfriend. I mean, you say, oh, yeah, it's Belichick's chick. And who knows where that's going to be or what's going to happen. Americans have said now smartphones are more essential than home computers or as important as their car. What do you think of that? Oof. Smartphone. They have people like with their phones. Oh, yeah, there was a girl yesterday at the W. She lost her phone. I thought here's my iPod because also I have my iPod. I thought she lost a kid. I mean, just up and down the stairs and like going crazy. And it was on the top of the stairs and she found it. But I was just like, man, people go nuts with that. But again, I'm not the norm. A lot of people have everything in their phone.
Yep.
I don't. Their license, their banking, every single thing. I don't have that. I'm not that guy, but I can see people like where they just, toss
Oh, yeah, because some phones, you have that little wallet, little spot in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, they have everything. But she was flying up and down those stairs. I was like, hey, that's impressive. Yeah, you give us a call at 877-927-6969. Text is out today because Franny's not here. Diddy starts his case today. That's another big thing going on. Jury selection will begin today. They did offer him a deal, and he said, no, I don't want it. He said, I don't make deals with feds. So he has, from day one, been very confident that he's going to beat this. A lot of people said when they first started talking about the investigation, everything went down. Why didn't he get on his private jet and just go to some island and never come back? But he believed in it. And even now, when they're giving him a deal, he said, no, I don't know what the deal is. He's been in jail for I think about 7 months. But the jury selection start today. They're saying maybe 5-6 weeks, pending on where it is. So, who knows? Maybe by July 4th, around there. Maybe. He's gonna know. I think most people think he's going to go to jail, but you never know when you go to a jury. I mean,
feel like his big key witness is that one of his exes that was in that video.
Cassidy.
Yep.
Against him.
Yep. Against him.
Yeah, not for him. Yeah. She's definitely somebody that's going to be up there, and they're calling her, and her life's going to be different too. I mean, you're going to hear a lot of different stories that are going to come out, a lot of different things. I mean, his defense is claiming, hey, he didn't do any of this. He's just a swinger, and that's it. And he's like a tycoon, and it's an exotic lifestyle that he had. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm sure a lot's going to come out of different things. But the jury selection does start today. I don't know if I would ever want to be on that jury because the scrutiny's got to, and it's going to be a while too. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's 2 notices you hate to get in the mail. Jury and IRS. Those are 2 that you get. You're like, oh man, that sucked. Both of those. You get them and you're just like, oh man, if you get you get a letter from the IRS, because the IRS doesn't call you. And the same thing with jury selection. And right away you start like, how can I get out of this? What can I do? And they don't care. It's hard to get out of jury selection. You really got to be juiced up. And you can get out maybe once, but then they put you back in the rotation again. But yeah, those are two. And that, like, you're thinking of people like on the OJ case, you know, over a year. Your whole life's different. I mean, you practically lose your job. You know, you don't get paid. You get paid minimum stuff. And then juries that have to stay there, like they had to stay inside the hotel. You have you have nothing.
Yep.
For like a year, you're just stepping off. Yeah, you're involved in maybe a big trial or something like that, and it's a nice thing to do for the community. I get that, but that's a huge sacrifice.
Have you ever been one?
Yeah, twice I was. And both times it ended like one was 1 day and one was 2 days.
I have not been selected yet.
You will be now.
Now, now it's in the air.
Now it's in the air. Do you believe in now it's in the air? Do you believe in that whole thing? Because I don't know. I talk about the lottery and I don't win. So I don't know if it's now it's in the air. And I played a scratch off yesterday. It was down in Lauderdale, so I played. I said, different kind of place. Maybe I'll play here. No luck. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Got a giveaway for you guys at 11:45. We'll play Greek Casino, and that is Billy Idol coming at you. You guys are going to get a chance to get tickets if you're a fan of him and Joe and Jet, correct?
Joe and Jet, yep. And the Black Hearts.
And the Black Hearts, so that's part of it with Billy Idol. No Sunfest this weekend. Did you have any thoughts? Did you actually miss it?
They had that 561 Fest on Saturday. I saw some videos from out there.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that, too. If you went to that, let us know. Give us a call. If you took a Formula One, maybe you got a Derby story, a win that was good. But any of that, we'd love to hear from you guys. It is a Monday. Hope you listened to Rover and his crew and got your day off right. Caitlin Clark had an exhibition game yesterday at Iowa, which was tons. It was packed again. Unbelievable, her impact. I mean, just...
Oh, yeah. Did you see her talking to that coach about it?
Yeah.
During the game?
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean...
Like, yeah, look how packed it is.
Oh, yeah, it's mob. I mean, again, she went back to her college. That was smart for them to play it there. I think she had 16 points, and she hit one shot from like 36 feet. Just crazy. WNBA, I think, kicks off tomorrow. I got a buddy of mine who does that. He handicaps just WNBA, and he makes money. He does make money. But we'll see. Knicks in Boston tonight. That's going to be a good series. I like the Celtics, but we'll see what happens.
What's the spread on that?
Celtics for the series are like minus 800, which is crazy. But for tonight, I think they're 9.5. And then you got Oklahoma City taking on the Denver, and Oklahoma City's been off 9 days. I mean, oh my God. That's a long time to be off. It is the Penthouse on a Monday on Real Radio 921-1017. Panthers tonight. Don't forget about the Panthers. 7:30 pregame. Puck drops at 8. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Love to sit and chat, but crack don't smoke itself.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Anonymous emails. Seizures can also come from other factors. It's called PNES.
Called
Thank
penis?
You for the info. Yes, it is actually penis. Somebody in my family dealt with penis, and after...
Believe that was your mom?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Checking on your drive this morning. A good one along your expressways 95 and the Turnpike flowing freely. Got some good structure for you on Atlantic Boulevard at US 1. Avoid that area. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Hey, it's the Greek for Alini Water Filtration System. Call them today, 954-646-7402. I didn't think it'd make a difference in my life, but it does. Jump in the shower, and I come out feeling like a perfect 10. Walk over to my faucet, get some water, and I'm happy. Because you know what? I'm saving money, and it's good for my health. It's simple, it's safe, and it's clean, and it's no hassle. Call them today, 954-646-7402. Alini Water Filtration System. It'll make a difference in your life, and it makes a difference in my life. Soon as I get out of bed, I feel like a winner. Peace.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
Crisis is completely self-defined. If you're wondering if you should call, you should probably call.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills, talk about
resources and ways to move forward beyond the call.
They can call us, they can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Are you the breadwinner in your house? Life insurance covers the cost of living in case you're not there to provide. Are you a stay-at-home parent? Then consider life insurance to protect your loved ones too. Most people don't know if you have term life insurance, you may be paying too much. Term life insurance rates are at historic lows. There's actually a price war among the top insurance companies. Call Term Busters and get a free quote fast. Term Busters will do all the hard work of comparing rates from top carriers to get you the best coverage at the lowest rates possible. Right now, a healthy 45-year-old non-smoking male can lock in $500,000 in coverage at just $55 a month for 20 years. That's right, level rate for 20 years. Smokers can get good rates too. Call now for your free rate quote, 800-200-3070. That's 800-200-3070. Stop paying too much for life insurance. Call Term Busters now, 800-200-3070. 800-200-3070. Sample rate for preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Trust Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. And Friday night, Fetish Fridays. Live fetish shows every Friday. That's where the beautiful girls are. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open to 5 a.m. Fetish Fridays. What's your kink? Every Friday, there's a beautiful lady waiting for you. And they're always there 7 days a week. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Get over there today. Makes a good night a great night. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Cartus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a better offer. The brand new free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan for $35 a month. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans for Americans.
Lowe's helped refresh your garden for Mother's Day. Get 5 bags of 1.5 cubic foot Scott's Naturescapes mulch for $10. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting another rainy afternoon, but not before our temperatures get quite warm. We are going to see those temperatures climb into the upper 80s, feeling more like 90s because of our humidity. And then once we get to about 2-3 p.m., you'll need to pack the umbrella because it's going to be a rainy afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Get big summer flavor in every bite with the new DQ Summer Blizzard Treat menu, featuring new mixing bowl mashup, fan-voted s'mores, and more. For a limited time, right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. At participating locations.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now. Like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles.
Together, you say goodbye, and I say hello.
Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Listen commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Beatles Now and Then, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Greek. If you want number one in water filtration system, it's Alini Water Filtration System.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It's going to be peanut butter and jelly for lunch for me this week. I brought it. You're my witness, right?
You have the Uncrustables, too, you got to try.
I got to try them, too.
Thanks to Will.
That's right. Thank you, Will. When you lose the Derby, you got to make some sacrifices. It's peanut butter and jelly this week. I don't know about Monday and Tuesday, but definitely today. I was like a kid. I had my little bag packed in the morning. I wrote my name on it, Greek. And I was ready to go. I went, bye, Ma. Have a good day. She goes, pay attention, G. You got it. I was waiting for the school bus, and I realized it was a Mercedes. I said, okay, let me get in there. I am the Greek. And, of course, Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Franny is out. She'll be back with us tomorrow, I believe. It is time for a Greek's Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, the Kentucky Derby was Saturday. It was 18-3-8. That's all I know. That was a trifecta. That's what won. If you had that, congratulations. Thank God. Now, after a big event for me, the Super Bowl or the Derby, and the Derby I play every year just for blanks and giggles. I don't expect to win. I did think I was going to win this year. I really did. But, again, when it comes down to it, you're probably going to lose. And then I found a bunch of other tickets that I had. And I was like, wow. So when you add it all up, you're just like, oh, Jesus, what the hell are you doing? And I've said it before. It's better to just go to Gulfstream during the week and just pound one race. Like when there's 8 horses and just take a shot on 5 of them. Because when you bet that many horses, if a long shot doesn't come in, you lose money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worse to win and lose. Like we did that to trifecta. Like last Sunday we hit a couple of trifectas, and we didn't even win what our bets were, which was worse. But it was fun. The Derby is definitely an event. I think some of the numbers I saw early, they were saying over 17, 18 million people watched it, which is great. I know the crowd, they expected about 160,000. The rain might have tampered it a little with some people.
I can see that.
Yeah, but it was, all in all, it was a great thing. And it's part of our culture. It's not as big as the Super Bowl, but it's up there as far as event. And I also think it's a time of the year, too. It's May. It's like people are getting excited. They feel like, you know what? Summer's almost here. And it's one of the, barometers of you getting past that. You're like, okay, here we go. This is it. Start the Triple Crown. When the Triple Crown ends, summer's about here. It's like Memorial Day when people up north get so excited. And for us, we don't care because it's the same.
Usually for me, summer feels when Sunfest comes.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, all right, we're here. It's blaring hot,
You're right. And a lot of people did say that this weekend, Sunfest, when Sunfest is here. And, again, we didn't have that because of the cancellation. Again, you guys can call us at 877-927-6969. maybe you went to Gulfstream or Formula One this weekend or did something cool or maybe hit the Derby. Call us and let us know. In the NBA yesterday, the Rockets took on the Warriors. The Warriors ended up beating them. Rockets, bad game, could not find the basket. So the Rockets go home and the Warriors advance. And earlier in the day, a big shocker, Cleveland gets beat by the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Pacers were on fire. They were not missing. And I don't know how many threes they hit. I'm going to guess 15 or 16. And, you know,
they were up big.
Yeah, when you check the box score after the games in the NBA, and it is such a three-point league, usually the team's got more three-pointers is the one that wins. And again, Mitchell had a great game. He had 30-something points, but he was 1 for 11 with threes. He shot over 30 times.
Yeah.
And, you know, you say, what is that extra point? It means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really does. But, yeah, Indiana shocked them. Cleveland's got a couple injuries, but we'll see. But tonight is game 1 for Boston and the Knicks. And there are a lot of Knicks fans down here. That starts at 7. Then it's Oklahoma City taking on Denver. And they won their game 7 big. We had them Saturday. That was the only thing that kept the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
If that lost, it was probably sex change Monday. It would have been tough.
Uh-oh.
Panthers are in Toronto tonight. So 7:30 is the pregame. 8 o'clock is the puck dropping. Toronto's got home ice, so the Panthers need to win at least one game in Toronto to win the series. Hopefully they do it. Greek Trifecta is always sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets, and that's in Deerfield Beach, baby, and the Cove Shopping Plaza. Now, Club 11, have you ever been there?
Mm-hmm.
That was voted the 6th best nightclub in the world and the highest grossing club per foot. Now, what was your experience like that? Crazy?
Yeah, don't remember much. It was it was after going across the street to space.
Oh, my God. You
Yeah.
had to be annihilated.
Yeah, it was.
Do you remember what you paid?
Nope.
You don't even remember what you paid?
Don't even remember really going in. I know I went, but I don't remember going in.
Do you remember coming out of it?
Yeah, because it was like light out.
It was light out when you left like 7 in the morning?
I think we went in at like 5 and left at like 8.
Did your eyes burn?
Yeah. When you walk out.
Oh, my God, that feeling. And you think you could do it? So Vegas years ago we used to go, but I remember a long time ago, we were out, and my buddy had shades with him. And I was like, what are you doing with shades? He goes, Greek, when you get out in the morning, your eyes, you won't be able to handle it. And I remember we came out like maybe, I don't know what time it was, 6:30, 7 o'clock. And, man, that sun hits you when you open that door, and it burns, and you're just like brutal. But, yeah, Club 11, it's like a semi-strip club. There's different things going on. They have a lot of big acts all the time that join in and check it out. But it is, again, the place crushes. And it's a strip club, too.
Yeah.
So that's, if you want to go down there and just, like I did with the Derby, just throw money against the wall, you're better off. You got somebody on hold?
Yeah, we have Rick on the phone who wants to ask you a question.
Yeah, Rick.
Hey, Rick. Mr. Greek, sorry, how are you?
I'm good, Rick. How are you today?
Good, great, thank you. Happy Cinco.
You too.
Listen, as far as the Kentucky, I thought it was 18, 8, and 21. I know you keep saying 3 for third place.
Was it 18, 21?
18, 8, 21.
Okay. All right, then I'm wrong. Everybody was telling me 18, 8, and 3.
Yeah, double check. I just want you to.
No, I appreciate it.
Wrong ticket.
Well, people, but Saturday everybody knew. And I don't bet second or third. Once the 18 came in one, I didn't have the 18 on any of my tickets. How did you do?
I know I didn't win, but I had a trifecta. You know, I didn't have the trifecta. Unfortunately, I had 18, 8, 13, 17, not 21. I never put the 21. He was a long shot, so I didn't bother to.
Yeah, 21 got put in late. I think on Friday it got put in.
Yeah, so I didn't have time to look at it. Yeah, so I didn't even research it. But
all right, well, thank you for the heads up.
Okay, I just got the winner, but he only paid little money.
What did it pay?
I kind of broke. What was it, like almost $20, I think, to win?
Oh, yeah, so it was like whatever it was. I thought I went off like 6-1 or 7-1, something like that.
So, he paid to like $19.
That's better than losing.
But I just wanted to give you a correction. I'm sorry. I hope I'm right. But
and if you're wrong, don't worry about it. This is a show you can always be wrong, and it's still fine. Not a problem, Rick.
Great.
Thank you, brother.
All right, have a nice day.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you want to call in with the weekend, happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody. Also, if you maybe checked out the Formula One and you went down to the stadium, let us know how do you think that was. It looked like it was a great event for 3 days. A little wet on Saturday. A lot of big celebrities were there. We know that they were hanging out and they were doing their thing. Dom? Okay, I thought you had some. Did you check the trifecta?
Yeah, I couldn't find the numbers. I have the names.
All right, well, don't worry about it. Well, I said the numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we were going by. I don't even check names. I just go by numbers. When everybody gives, it's so hard with names because there's so many. And when it's a big race, I always tell everybody, don't give me a name. Like I said, I was at the Kennel Club. People were asking me to put bets, and I go, just give me your number. Because I don't want to, go through the list, whatever you got, 6, 12, 10, I got it. The names are too much of a pain in the ass. But, yeah, I thought it was 18-8-3. He's saying it was 18-8-21 for the trifecta. So we'll see. It doesn't matter. It's Monday. I'm sure if you won, you knew. And if you lost, you're like, okay, I definitely got screwed. Always look at your tickets, too. Formula One is talking about, again, we heard it last year. And whether or not it happens, they might have one night where they have it at night.
It is 18, 8, and 21.
There it is, 18, 8, and 21. And of course, I didn't have it, so what's the difference? 18, 8, 21. No way. I didn't have anything. I think I had the 21 because it was a long shot.
Fourth place was 3. That's maybe why you're talking.
Yeah, maybe that's why. And I didn't have in the 8, I didn't. And I had the 19, but that was it. But I had all the long shots.
I watched it at my parents' house, and we all were just picking, randomly just picking a horse. My dad instantly took the one that I liked, 17, Sandman.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, all right, if you're going to take that one, then I picked 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that was my backup. I was like, all right, if you're going to take 17, the one I wanted, then I want 18.
I know. A lot of people bet journalism.
And then my mom took 19, the gold one.
Okay.
Yep, and then that one did all right, but...
Wow, so you guys said 17, 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, the 17 post continued the streak. 151 years, it's never won. So there's one of the things. My buddy was like, I'm not betting 17, it's never won. But for me, like, if you bet a couple long shots, then you bet a couple more. Then if you don't bet them all, then you're like, I should have bet them. I'd rather not just bet the race, which I shouldn't have done anyway. I called my financial guy this morning, and I said, he goes, Greek, how did you do? I said, I got crushed. He goes, great. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Anything over the weekend works. Marlins are home. For the next couple of days. They are taking on the Dodgers, who lost to the Braves last night. But the Dodgers are in town, and I'm sure they'll get some decent crowds for that. 63% of Americans are buying their Mother's Day gift on Amazon. Don't forget, it is Mother's Day. That's a large amount. This Sunday. If you didn't make reservations, make them because they're going to be sold out no matter where you want to go. New York Prime, if you want to go there, they open up at 3 o'clock. Make your reservations sooner than later. Always a great time at New York Prime. And always, you got to recognize Mom. Make sure you do something. Flowers, dinner, a card. Don't send a text. Do something. Because, again, if you want to, the longer you wait, the tougher it is to get in. And then, moms talk. What'd you do? What'd you get? You don't want to be like, I didn't do anything. So don't dilly-dally. Pick up the phone and make some kind of a reservation. That's what you got to do. You can't wait. You just can't wait. But, you can call us at 877-927-6969. Jury selections begin today for Diddy's case. Not something that most people would want to be involved in at all. I think that's going to be a long trial for anybody who gets picked on that. They did offer him, we talked about it earlier, they offered him a deal, but he said, no, I am not taking it. I am going to figure it out. Now, Bill Belichick's girlfriend, I didn't realize. Did you realize she was in that Dunkin' Donuts ad, Super Bowl? Because nobody really knew who she was. I just thought, but there's an article I read over the weekend, and that was part of his thing. They wanted him in there, Ben Affleck and them, and Dunkin' Donuts, and he was like, you got to put my girlfriend in. And she was in there. So I looked it up, and I was like, yeah, there she is. And, again, you just thought, at that time, it wasn't as publicized, Super Bowl, early February, whatever it was. But when you look at it now, you're like, ooh, this is I'm sure she's stacking it away.
I don't think it was so publicized because people were still waiting to see if he was going to be an NFL coach or, or what his next move was.
Well, it didn't really come out yet about her and him as much. You know what I mean? Then they started going public. When the hell did I see him at Breakers? Around
Christmas?
Yeah, around Christmas. That's when it started coming out. And then you just saw her, but the article I read, too, was that the guy before Belichick she went out with was some CEO, supposedly, like in his early 60s. So I guess she just likes older guys. That's it. Everybody's got their own. And again, if they're happy, great. I mean, that's what life's about. And if they're not, you know what, they'll break up. But she's definitely going to end up making some moves for this and filling some cash. I mean, that's what it's about. But, yeah, the other guy that she dated, too, was an older guy in his 60s, too. Some people like that.
How young was she then?
I don't know. That's what I said. This has been a couple years with Bill. Like, well, what the hell is she, 20, 19? But, yeah, I mean, everybody's got a different style. Everybody's got different things they like or don't like, and that's it. I don't know if they did meet on the plane like they said. I don't know. That's a little skeptical to me. Just seems a little weird. But Belichick did say yesterday or Saturday, I have some other people who are going to be handling my media now and being like a PR guy for me.
Like, I don't think Bill Belichick would be flying public, you know, like regular.
I think he could, yeah.
You don't think he would get noticed by a lot of people and stuff like that?
Well,
especially if he's flying out of Boston.
Yeah, no, I think like if you sit in the front of the plane, I don't know. I have this image of Belichick, and I could be wrong, that he's a little tight with money. So I just think, like, I don't know if he's getting private jets, you know what I mean, and flying back. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I could be totally wrong. The way his appearance is and his car, and when they had him, I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, remember he was doing the draft, and he was in this little house up in Boston with this old furniture, and he had his little dog, and, like, I mean, I wouldn't spend the night there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, what? And, you know, Belichick's house, and then the coach of Arizona had like this fat crib with the fire pit. You remember that? And all the glass, and everything was manicured. And they showed Belichick. Like, Belichick, like, to me, was living like on like the side of the ocean, like where a lighthouse would be, and there's one light on, and he's just there. I don't know. I don't think he flies private. I just don't. So maybe he was on like JetBlue or some commercial airline sitting in front, and maybe she was in first class, and maybe they start talking. I don't know. I mean, could it be true? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you know, he leans over and says, "What are you reading?" You know, I mean, you know, I don't know. When a girl's not interested, she just puts the book up. Like, read the title, bitch. And then you look at it. But I don't know. Who knows if it's true or not? But it's somebody that you would never think. I would have never thought you'd be talking about his love life. When you talk about Belichick, you would think you would talk about him coaching again, you know, possibly maybe owning the team, something like that, maybe get involved with the NFL. But if somebody said a year ago, you know, Bill Belichick's dating life is going to be front and center with a lot of people. Even yesterday I was on Solus having breakfast, and I heard tables talking about it. And guys are in a no-win situation. When girls ask you if you think it's wrong, Belichick said 50 years ago, say yes. Don't say no. Because this one girl was ripping up her boyfriend or husband because he was like, well, if he's happy, you know, and she's like, what do you mean if he's happy? I was like cracking up. I was like, man, you're done. Just say
You're digging
no.
yourself a hole now.
Yeah, just say it's bad. You don't think it's good. The other way around, the only person I know the other way around that you would know is Madonna. Like, Madonna's 64, 65. She's dating some guy, 27. 20.
Cher.
Yeah, Cher. And a Cher. That's right. Two of them. And, you know, that's it. But Cher and Madonna, I can see. Rock stars, you know, attractive women. Belichick's not going to end up.
Does Trump count?
She's not that much younger than him.
No. Yeah, I guess not.
I mean, I think she's in her, I don't know. I think she's in her 50s. Or maybe I'm wrong.
That would still be like, what, 20 years younger at least?
Yeah, 20, but not 50.
Yeah.
50's a lot.
Yeah.
And Belichick's not going to end up in a cover in GQ, to me. But I don't know. I mean, again, if you're happy and if the age doesn't matter, God bless. I mean, there's, what the hell's that one? David Foster. He's an older guy, and he's with that young girl, Catherine McPhee or something like that. They've been together. So there's no, I mean, to me, if you're happy, go with it. I really don't care. But people care. But I've seen this kid get tearing up, and I was looking at him over my menu. I'm like, bro, back up. You just say it's not right. Because you know what she wants to say. She's like, what do you think of that? He's like, I don't care. And then he really buried himself. He goes, I hope I'm doing the same thing when I'm 70. I'm like, you're done. You're done, pal. You cannot say that. You can't say you're over doing the same thing. If you got an opinion on Belichick, call us 877-927-6969. Somebody went to Formula One. Love to hear about that. what your thoughts are on Formula One, what kind of weekend was. Again, Sunday was the race. A lot of people don't understand Formula One. Friday's practice. And if you want to go even in the future, that is your best day to get a ticket.
Yep.
It's just like the golf tournaments. Thursday are your best day of a 4-day tournament for the least inexpensive tickets. I talked about it last year because this is what I heard from somebody who had something to do with it, that they were thinking about making one a night down there. And they're talking about it again. And the highlights are cool. Still can't believe that's the stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you watch it, you're like, it's so crazy that that's Dolphin Stadium in the middle.
I wonder how many people flew into Miami instead of flying into Fort Lauderdale. We were, staying more down there.
You know how many people go to the Dolphin games? We talked about it because they always see South Beach and they think like this one guy I knew at the Fountain Blue said he has so many people on the weekend come in and go, can I walk to the stadium from Fountain Blue?
Yep,
Because
exactly.
you have no clue. You don't even know. I mean, again, do your research, do your homework, check out where you are. But the illusion they give from Miami, every time the Dolphins are playing, they show South Beach.
Yep.
They show the nightlife, like with everything, the neon. So you think, hey, I could walk there. You're not walking there. It's still a 45-minute to an hour drive.
And imagine traffic, too, though.
Oh, yeah. I had friends that came down a couple of years ago, and they called me in the morning, text me, and they said, can we walk to the stadium? I said, yeah, it's going to take you till Wednesday. Like, you can't. Even Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people don't realize that. Like, I can stay across the street. Hard Rock's right there. Like, they think there's, like, you can walk over. No, you can't. You got to get in your car. And that's even 20 minutes.
Yep.
Barring traffic if it's not. Your Formula One, I can't even imagine the traffic, how crazy it is, because I'm sure they give up so many seats with the way things are formatted down there and everything. And you don't even realize it unless you go into a certain section where the Dolphin Stadium is, where you see all the boxes, because they leave that up all year round.
Yep.
When I went to a couple games with duty calls, friends of mine who had all the porta potties down there for the stadium, and then we went up to these special sections, and then you see everything that they have, all the stands and everything like that, and all the VIP area. It's beautiful. I mean, yeah. But again, a great job by whoever came up. But the same thing with the tennis. I mean, they're utilizing everything and they're making money. So, I mean, and everybody's paying them, so it's a good thing. That's what it comes down to. NFL draft was very successful. We talked about in Green Bay. They announced over the weekend Pittsburgh gets it next year, and then 2 years from now, they announced Washington's going to get it. And if you didn't hear last week, there will be Christmas games, I believe, for the next 10 years on Christmas Day for the NBA, for the NFL, 3 games. So the NBA better just deflate their ball, because every time they play, I would even play on Christmas Day if I was the NBA.
They should just do Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve is one of the most religious. There's never any sports Christmas Eve. I mean, I hope they never go to Christmas Eve, because then that's the last leg we have. If you take away that, that's it. Then there's nothing. There's no respect for anything. Nobody cares about religion. It's just completely done, no matter what your religion is.
I'm just saying some players might like that because they might be able to go to work on Christmas Eve and then be with their family on Christmas Day instead.
No, I think that'd be all right. If players like it, I don't know. But I'm just saying for the fans, you know what I mean? The way it is. Like, as it is Christmas
Viewership
Day.
might not be as high.
Yeah, but like Christmas Day, there's 3 games now. I mean, it's not. And for 20 years, the NFL didn't even go near that. So now you got a game, whatever it is, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It's no different than the weekend. I mean, there's just not. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. We got a giveaway coming up at 11:45. Billy Idol tickets. And also, you guys get a chance for the keyword from our good buddy Rover and so much more. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Download the app and then take us anywhere. Except maybe there. Get it from your app store. Search for iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it. Woo! Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you.
That's awesome. It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in Florida, we know that insurance companies are looking to pay you the least amount they can. If you've been injured in a car accident, call Steinger Green and Finance. We'll fight hard to get what you really deserve. Offices West Palm Beach.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
A decent drive along your expressways this morning. 95 and the Turnpike continue to be accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here on Atlantic Boulevard at US 1. Avoid that area. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag. You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. Like the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a JBC, 4-piece nugs, fries, and a small soft drink. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon all the time. Duh. For the best deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Hayes the Greek for Alini Water Filtration System. Call them today, 954-646-7402. I didn't think it'd make a difference in my life, but it does. Jump in the shower, and I come out feeling like a perfect 10. Walk over to my faucet, get some water, and I'm happy. Because you know what? I'm saving money, and it's good for my health. It's simple, it's safe, and it's clean, and it's no hassle. Call them today, 954-646-7402. Alini Water Filtration System. It'll make a difference in your life, and it makes a difference in my life. Soon as I get out of bed, I feel like a winner. Peace.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
Crisis is completely self-defined. If you're wondering if you should call, you should probably call.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills, talk about resources and ways to move forward beyond the call.
They can call us, they can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a better offer. The brand new free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan for $35 a month. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Got a classic hot rod or resto mod? GimmeTheVin.com wants it. Just go to gmtvcc.com. Get an offer in minutes. GimmeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with their big cash giveaway. Gimme the Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's with GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Card, just Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
It's super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting another rainy afternoon, but not before our temperatures get quite warm. We are going to see those temperatures climb into the upper 80s, feeling more like 90s because of our humidity. And then once we get to about 2, 3 p.m., you'll need to pack the umbrellas. It's going to be a rainy afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about fun Mother's Day gifts, all for under $15? Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at Macy'sBackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
What the Florida is sponsored by FAMU's MMERI. Educate, Learn, Talk.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at realradio921.com. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Curb stomper bitch ass again.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. Franny's out today, but we have our drops to just keep her in our memory, which is well deserved. Thank you, Dom. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
After a strong weekend, he's ready to rock and roll today. You look like you're ready. You're not really you really weren't under the weather, right? Did you do any golfing?
A little bit. Just practice.
Just practice?
Yep.
No games for money or anything like that?
No.
I did have some friends who played golf over the weekend, and they got stomped, seriously. My buddy was telling me about a guy he met in the clubhouse, I guess, and they were talking about playing, and they needed a fourth, and he jumped in, and he said he lost a lot of money. I said, dude, you can't do that. You just can't do that. Because golf also is one of those things that everybody lies about their handicap until you get out there, and then you're like, I'm just having a great day. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But, yeah, it's one of those sports. It's a lot of fun. It's big down here. What would you say out of 10 golf games that are out there, what is the percentage that you say there's some kind of bet on there?
Oh. At least half, no matter what.
Yeah. I was going to say 7. But, yeah, it seems like, I don't know, every time there's some. Or maybe a bet on a shot, you know what I mean, or a hole, which is, same thing. But, yeah, he said that they started the first game, I guess, playing for the whole game, and then they went to holes. And he said that's when he got crushed. And I was like, yeah, it definitely could happen. He goes, I just had a terrible day. He goes, and this guy was great. I said, or he hustled you, which you don't know. When you're at a club for the first time, you don't know anybody. That's one. I would just maybe be like very low under the radar.
Yeah, if the guy's hanging out at the clubhouse, you're probably going to get bamboozled.
We're looking for somebody. You want to jump in? Okay, we'll play. Then you see the other 3 guys like 4 hours later having dinner, and they're all cracking up with your money. 877-927-6969. If you did anything crazy this weekend or fun, let us know. If you hit the Derby, one of our listeners did hit. He texted me, so hats off to him. Congratulations. I think the $2 trifecta paid like $430, which is good. It's not huge, but it's something. Again, it's better than losing. That's the way that's the way I always look at it. But, yeah, give us a call on that. If you went to Formula One, let us know. If you check that out. I know on Saturday it rained, but yesterday wasn't bad. There was a bad storm that came through
overnight.
Yeah, and then also about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the Boca area, really bad. And that was like tremendous. The rain was brutal, the wind. It went through about a half hour, but it was bad. Bad driving.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about it. It was something that was unexpected. And also, I was down in Fort Lauderdale yesterday at the air show. I checked that out. That was fun. Something different. Those planes are loud. Those pilots, man, oof, it's unbelievable what they do. It really is. How they're all in sequence, and it's just like, wow, it's unbelievable. It really is. That
The Blue Angels.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. They really are. Just hats off to them. That's all I can say. I mean, I barely handle a car, so I can't even imagine. Like, I had like Jason, Franny's co-host, he said he went up a couple planes. Did you ever go up on one? Franny's done it. I think Johnny did it. I would never do it. The last time I went to Gulfstream, I drove down there with my buddy Richie, who has a heavy foot. I got out of his car, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that again. I wanted to try to get a ride home. That was brutal. I can't even imagine getting into a plane. I just can't. Like that. You know, it's just like...
Just hang on.
Oh, man, I would die. I'd toss my cookies in a second. There's no way. I don't know if I keep my eyes open. I'd just be like, when they came down, like they were down by... Their U-turn was by the W in Fort Lauderdale. They would go down there, make a U-turn, and come back across the beach, and we were right there. And, man, I was just so loud. And that's the first time, like, I was that, right there in front of them, and to hear it, and it was loud.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like your ears, you're like, oh, my God. My glass shook on my table. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
The floor will shake.
Oh, yeah, the building was shaking. But, yeah, it was definitely something to see. A lot of people. I don't know if they charge on the beach for. Maybe they do. Maybe there is a charge. I don't know. Maybe there is.
Maybe. I've never been.
Yeah, I don't know if they do charge. Maybe on the beach they do charge for you to check it out. But yeah, but it was cool. It was nice. But again, hats off to those guys, what they do. And it's just amazing to me, like I said, to see it up close. A couple videos, people, everybody's got their phone out. I mean, everybody's got their phone out, which is just crazy. But then when something, God forbid, really does happen, nobody knows. Like, oh, I didn't see it. You can call us at 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Panthers tonight in Toronto, game 1. Toronto has home ice, so the Panthers have to win a game there for them to win the series. I do like the Panthers tonight. Panthers are healthy now. They were a little banged up at the end of the year. They ended up beating Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay had the home ice too. So this is really no different for them. And then they can, if they win this, they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. If they win that, they're in the Stanley Cup for the third year in a row.
Did you know that even though Panthers are away tonight, they're not favored? I mean, they are favored.
Yeah, they're big favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're huge. And I think minus
1.5. Yeah.
Yeah, it's plus 180 though.
190 now.
Yeah, that's high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do like the Panthers. I think they win. We'll see. Again, some great hockey games over the weekend. You talked about it. Last night there was a score. I think there were 4 seconds left. And then Saturday night with the Stars, I think they were losing 2-0 in the third period and won 4-2. I'm not really into hockey except for the Panthers. Hockey's not a big game, but the girl I was hanging out with, she was like a big hockey fan. She knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was like shocked. For a girl to know sports, I'm a little surprised, but like hockey, she knew the goalie, who scores. Like she was just ripping off stats. And I'm like, it's good. I said, I hope you didn't hit the Derby because then I'm really going to feel bad. Yeah, and if you win the Derby or something like that, you're on cloud 9. You're telling everybody all day, I had the winner. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you guys want to get involved with the show, you can ask us anything you want to me and Dominic. But is your smartphone as important to you as your home computer or as your car? That's what they say. As article, Myra can say the smartphones are more important or more essential to them than their home computer or their car, or just as important as their car.
I would say definitely the home computer because you don't really need it as much. I mean, back in like 2000, you were going out and buying a desktop for your house.
Yeah.
Everyone was buying a desktop, whatever, the Dell and HP. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it's like, don't really need it. Like I filed my taxes on my phone.
It's amazing. You know what I don't see as much, and I used to see it all the time, like Starbucks or out, you would see everybody bring their laptop with them. You don't see it as much.
Yep.
You see everybody on their phone.
Yeah, you can get it all done there.
And it's pretty crazy. I mean, I had one. Somebody bought me one for a gift, a beautiful one for an Apple. I don't think I've opened it once. I don't even think I know how to open it. I don't think I have my code. I have to text you. But that's one thing I noticed. Because going in, like to Starbucks or cigar bars or restaurants, you would see everybody with it open.
Mm-hmm.
and checking it out. I don't see it as much.
That used to be one of the spots for me when I was in college. Oh, let's go meet up at the Starbucks so we can do our project or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't see
You
it.
don't
as
see
much.
it.
No, you see more if everybody's got their phone. And like I said earlier, like everybody has their life on their phones now, like all banking, stuff like that. I don't have that because I think that's a little, you can get hacked and stuff like that. But people, they have everything. So when they lose their phones, I can see them going crazy. And like I said, this girl yesterday at the W who tossed her cookies was pretty upset.
I mean, you could enter to your car, enter to your house on your phone.
Yeah.
I mean, like you were saying, all your banking, all that, pay all your bills and that type of stuff on your phone now.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has it. I mean, that's it. They're saying the phone and their smartphone is just as important as a car or more important than a regular computer.
Yeah, I went to Walgreens this past week, and I realized I didn't have my credit card on me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hold on. Do you guys have the phone little tap, that you can use your phone with? And they had that available, so I was able to pay with my phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, pretty impressive. There it is. You don't even need anything anymore. Cash, you don't see many people carrying cash anymore either. A little bit here and there, but if you ever go like in an office and you want like change of a 20 or a couple singles for a vending machine, that's not happening. I know it doesn't happen in our building. Really nobody has cash on them at all. The only person really I know has cash on them is sometimes it's usually me. That's it.
You.
That's it. You have somebody to hold?
Yeah, we have Evan on the phone.
Evan, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, boys.
Hey, Evan.
What's going on, Evan? How are you today? Happy Monday.
Hey, doing well. Miss you, Franny.
We'll tell her. Hey, Evan, we'll tell her.
Yeah. You remember Jimmy used to have a little button that he'd push. They'd have her like her fake voice there, now and then.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was watching the Warriors last night, and one thing, they were a team last night. They did not need just Steph. I mean, they played really well. They had some good bench play. They had some really good plays, and their defense would held them into the game.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the things that happened last night that never really happens was height. I mean, he had 33 points, buddy. So he crushed it. He doesn't score 33. He was like, 9 for 11 with threes?
Yeah, he was hot. Yeah, he was, I think, the player of the game.
Yeah, he definitely was. I know Steph, I think, had 24. I don't know about Jimmy Butler, how many he had. I don't know if he had
20 or 22.
Yeah.
Butler had 20 or 22.
Yeah,
well,
so
I mean, the whole team did.
Yeah.
Draymond had 16. It was a really good game.
Yeah, Draymond started hot. He had like 8 points in the first 2 minutes. And the Rockets played bad. They just did. They beat them 2 in a row, but last night they did not play good at all. Not at all. They did not play good.
Did any of you watch any of the Formula race?
A little. I saw a little, not much, but I did see a little when I was out.
Well, it was the pre-show was, I think it was 2 or 3 hours long, but what the cool thing about it is, did you see that the Formula cars, the replicas, were made out of Legos?
Legos, yep.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's cool.
And they actually raced them around the course.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they're electric motors. They raced them on the course, and they were really cool. And they're bumming each other. They're banging into each other. And they said they need to go clean up the track because all the pieces of Legos that they knocked off, to races, because the racers are racers, Rubbin's racing or something like that.
I mean, it looked like it was, consumed, obviously. There was a ton of people there. Formula One is still pretty new to our country, not to the people. But, again, there's 3 places. Vegas, we found out Austin, Texas, and Miami. But they crushed it again.
And Danica looked good.
I didn't see her. There was a lot of stars there. I know Odell was there, but I didn't see. I know a lot of stars were there, and tickets were very, very expensive. I mean, it's not for the average person, obviously. And again, with the race, like if you're going down there and you're getting grandstand, if you don't have access to TV, you're not seeing much. You're seeing the cars zoom by, and that's it.
Sure. Like unless you're up there, like a Daytona or places like that, you can watch the whole race, when you're up in the stands. Danica was pregame. She was one of the pregame girls, and she was just all around. She was pretty good this time. A lot of times she's kind of phony, it seems like, but this time she seemed like she was on her game.
Maybe she had a couple drinks in her. What day was that? Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday, the actual race.
The actual race, yeah. Because a lot of people get confused with the whole race. Like they think it's all weekend, but Friday and Saturday are, just practice.
Well, it's the same as Indianapolis 500. The Friday is carburation day. Saturday is, I think Saturday is qualifying, finish qualifying. They qualify the week before, but they think they do some other things on Saturday. Then Sunday is the actual race.
No, it's great for the area. Like I said, it gets consumed. They weren't sure a couple years ago when it first started how it was going to do. But you get people from all over the world that come in for that. Now there is talk. I heard it last year, and there's talk again where they might do one day to be nighttime.
Well, they signed a contract till 2040 now.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know that. I saw that. Yeah, that's great for the stadium. Like I said, people are consuming it. They love it. The one thing, like Dom said, that I don't think a lot of people realize, you're not close to South Beach. So, I mean, and that's what people think.
You're closer to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you really are. Los Olas yesterday was zooming.
Oh,
I went down that street. When I left, it was bumper to bumper. I mean, it took a long time to get over there. From the bridge all the way to 95, had to take me over an hour. Easy. I mean, you move 2 inches.
I've been to quite a few air shows, and the cool what you're talking about, especially the stealth. When the stealths come over, you don't even know they're there, and all of a sudden you hear them before you see them.
Yeah,
you see them before you hear them. It's really weird, because they're like you don't even know they're there, and all of a sudden they're gone, and then you start feeling that afterburner shock and all that stuff.
Now, where do they leave from? Like, are they taking off from?
I doubt it would be. No, they would have to probably be in Pompano, maybe Pompano or someplace like that, or maybe even further, maybe even further like a Palm Beach or Stewart or something like that.
Okay.
The airport is not that, no, there was no way they'd be able to fly out of Fort Lauderdale.
It is crazy.
They have to stop all the traffic.
Yeah, when you're watching that, though, you see the planes, by the beach, and then you see the commercial flights, they're leaving from where I was at. Mm-hmm. And you see that going on. And I can't even imagine, like, if you're on one of those planes looking out the window and say you didn't know, you're like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? Because you're seeing them right there. Yeah, but it was cool. It really was cool. It was different. I was at one air show years ago, and this was just not something that was planned. It just jumped into me. But they're definitely unbelievable. God bless them.
If you ever get a chance, Tom Cruise has a really cool story on I think it's Graham Norton's show, and he talks about when he was filming for the latest Top Gun, and he says he was with the Angels, I think, and that his flyer that he was flying with, his name was Bozo.
Okay.
And he goes, how the hell would you name, because his name was Maverick and all that stuff. Well, his name was actually Navy captain was Bozo.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gets up there and he says he's in the plane, and they're doing all this maneuvers, and it's really cool. And then he says, all right, then they went to this really maneuver where he got sick. And so he went down to get his barf bag out of his there's a place in his pants where he could pull it out. Yep. And he said he was leaning down to get it. And without telling Tom, he just he pulled up and just went straight up, and Tom went down to his knees. I mean, he couldn't get, the G-forces was holding him down.
Yeah.
And he's going, Bozo, Bozo, Bozo. And he couldn't tell. And finally, when he straightened out, he goes, what are you doing, man? He goes, why didn't you tell me you're going to make this movie? He goes, well, why do you think they call me Bozo?
Oh, God. I can't believe Tom Cruise, I mean, as an actor, flies all those planes and has all those licenses and helicopters. It's and that they trust him with those. You know what I mean? But I guess he's qualified enough where he does it, and he, measures up to everything you need to fly those, because he does all his own stunts, which is amazing.
Sure does. And one more thing, about Bill Belichick and this young girl.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who's really excited about Belichick is banging this young girl?
Let me think. Who would be really excited about Belichick? I don't know who.
Pfizer.
Who?
Because they make Viagra.
Oh, God.
They make Viagra.
Oh, you're crazy. Why? Has he endorsed them?
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm just saying, he's probably going to need them, I mean, at 73.
You never know. Everybody's different. But he's, like I said, it's a name that you didn't know maybe 2 months ago that everybody's talking about. I was out yesterday having breakfast, and 2 different people were talking about it, tables next to me, which I thought were crazy. Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody's talking about it. And because it's Belichick, too. That's the whole thing. If it was some other coach and they were a little bit younger, you wouldn't think so. And Belichick's personality, what you saw for 20 years, sucked. Like, you're thinking, like, the guy, he's not in great shape. His personality looked like he hates life. You know what I mean? Like, even when I saw him with a dog, that draft, I was shocked. I said, he's got a dog? Yeah. Like, I could just see him opening the door and go.
Like a beagle sitting on his lap or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he had the beagle. I thought it was weird the Beagle's name was named Tom, but I didn't say anything. I go, was that for Brady?
Yeah, and Edelman was on a podcast, and he goes, listen, man, people are asking all this.
Yeah.
He goes, listen, Bill is cool. He goes, just leave him alone. He's doing his thing. There's nothing wrong with him. You know, people are saying he's losing his mind. He goes, leave him alone. He really respects Belichick big time.
Well, I mean, he played with the Patriots for a year. Belichick believed in him when nobody else did. Edelman came out of a small school. He was a quarterback. And, yeah, Edelman was with Gronk, and they defended her, and they said she's just being, a public relations person. And there's always three sides to every story. Every single story, there's three sides. They're saying that they told CBS we're just talking about the book. CBS said we brought him in to talk about his life. So when they asked him. So, I mean, I don't know what's true or what's not, but it blew up. Obviously, it went viral. Everybody's talked about it. And she doesn't look good. And she looks controlling, but most guys are controlling by their wives. I got news for you. I'm sorry. They are. They don't want to admit it. You know what I mean? They're like, I'm the top dog. No, you're not. You're a little bitch. When the phone rings, you run. So, I mean, Belichick, unfortunately, everybody saw it.
Of course.
So,
all right, boys, who's going to be on the zone today?
Maybe Brady Matthews. We're not sure.
Oh, that's cool. I like him, man. He's a real cool guy.
Yeah, Brady's good. Good buddy of mine for years, and he's living in Texas now doing his comedy thing, and so we're hoping to get him on. We talked to him a little bit earlier this morning. We'll see what happens. But, Evan, always a good call. Thank you for jumping in. And you think the Panthers win over Toronto?
I hope so. They're playing really well,
Well, they're healthy. See, that's the big thing. I mean, people don't realize that in all teams. Even like Cleveland got spanked last night by Indiana, but Cleveland's missing one of the bigger stars. So when you're injured, an injured player who's starting can matter. The Panthers are healthy right now, and this is the best time of year you want to be healthy, obviously, for the playoffs.
It looked like Reggie Miller was on the floor shooting those balls in there, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, the Pacers were not missing. I don't know how many they hit.
Yep.
I'm guessing 15, 14, but they were crushing them. The Celtics are playing the Knicks, and they averaged 21 threes against the Knicks all three times. That's 66 points right there.
Yep.
I mean, 63. I mean, that's a ton of points just in threes. So we'll see, but it is a good time of year. You got hockey for the playoffs, and the Panthers are still alive, which is a good thing. Unfortunately for the Heat, if you want to see them, you got to go to the golf course.
Talk's still about Durant.
Excuse me?
I said the talk is still about Durant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're going to get Durant. I don't think you'll see anything until July. I mean, you've been hearing about the Greek Freak, maybe Durant, but there's going to be other teams too. The Rockets are heavily involved. You know what? If you're Kevin Durant, you might be like, I want to try to win one more. And the Rockets got a better chance to win it than the Heat do. They just do.
I would say so, yeah.
And the Knicks they're talking about, New York City. So I don't know. People are talking about Pat Riley should retire. I don't agree with that, but who knows? I mean, the whole Jimmy Butler thing was amazing and a mess for the Heat from last August. And like I said, I was surprised the way the Heat handled that, and they ruined the whole season for them. And now Jimmy's where he is, doing well. And if they traded Jimmy probably last August, he doesn't go to the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that. It was just that the Warriors were one of the only teams when they traded him late in the year that wanted him. But they said last August he wouldn't have ended up there. He would end up with a different team. So sometimes for people things work out, and sometimes for people things don't work out. It just happens with the NBA in all trades, but we'll see. But thank you, Evan, for listening. Peace. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day and listen to Rover. You got another keyword. Do you know I got a text? Do you know the keyword this hour?
The keyword this hour is cash.
Cash. There it is, people. Keyword, take it, and make it happen for you guys. I want somebody to win $1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, please make it happen. We'll come back with a trifecta on 11:45. Greek Casino, your chance to win tickets to Billy Idol. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I'm butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, obviously.
20-pound phone. Yeah, that's adding a lot to the 20-pound phone.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Checking out a vehicle fire 95 southbound on the off-ramp to Okeechobee Boulevard. That off-ramp right lane is blocked. Make sure you stay to the left of that. The turnpike so far, accident-free, flowing freely as well. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
This is Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
That's your garage door. Almost broken, but technically not broken yet. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So you don't fix it, 'cause it ain't broke. And it gets worse. Until one day, 2 a.m., raining alligators, carload full of dry cleaning, you push the button, and out of nowhere, guess what's broke? Your garage door. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. A garage door that's almost broken can actually do more damage than one that's fully broke. Jammed up parts put an extra strain on the motor, rollers out of whack stress the tracks and the belts. Fix it early while it's still a simple repair and before your car gets locked out or locked in. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Because if it's almost broke, you fix it.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Looking to sell your ride? Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the big cash giveaway. Hey, it's Franny, and they're giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Mail-in entry? That's 250 chances. Sell them your car? That's 1,000 chances to win. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Enter your VIN, get a top dollar offer in minutes, and ditch the tire kickers for good.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Leo Schofield spent decades in prison for a crime Jeremy Scott later confessed to. Season 2 of the hit podcast Bone Valley investigates how Jeremy's violent past unfolded and who else may have suffered his wrath. This is a case that should never happen. I told him you got it wrong, you got the wrong man. Listen to Bone Valley on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Bone Valley.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
N62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not.
It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey there. I'm Phil Briggs, Navy veteran and host of CBS Eye on Veterans weekly radio show and podcast. And I often think of my old boss in the Navy, Commander Reed, especially when I'm trying to motivate my kids. Now I know how he must have felt trying to motivate me. This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate those who go above and beyond for us every day. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Get big summer flavor in every bite with the new DQ Summer Blizzard Treat menu. Featuring new mixing bowl mashup, fan-voted s'mores, and more. For a limited time, right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. At participating locations.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Katie Ledecky broke her own world record en route to winning the 800-meter freestyle Saturday night at a TYR Pro Swim Series meet in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's now the owner of the 10 fastest 800 times ever and 23 of the top 25 races at the distance. It was her first world record swim in 7 years. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. The Capital One Venture X business card has no preset spending limit, so the card's purchasing power can adapt to meet business needs. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/VentureXBusiness for details.
The free iHeart Radio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles.
Together, you say goodbye, and I say hello.
Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Listen commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Beatles Now and Then, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Precision Garage Door of South Florida. Precision Door, a name you can trust.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
See you next Tuesday, bitch.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
That's peanut butter and jelly today. That means you lost the Derby if you're having peanut butter and jelly. Or as an individual said to me a couple minutes ago, it's a lunch for losers. I said, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not offended. I'm not bothered. Franny's out today, but we have her in spirit. All her drops. Dom's in the house looking very brisk and ready to go after a tough weekend of helping a coworker move. I mean, that's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I mean, usually you help somebody move and maybe you're dating them or a good friend, but to help a coworker, and that's very nice of you. It says a lot about you. And also says a lot that you have nothing going on. It is the Greek. You want to do trifecta or playback or callbacks?
Whatever you want.
Let's do the callbacks.
All right, here we go.
We got what, 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Hello, fellas. What's going on? Happy Monday. You guys are talking about the Derby and Bill Belichick. In true Derby fashion, I had the 15, the 17, and the 19.
Oh.
We call that a loser.
Yes.
And this whole thing about Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, right? In the interview, she walked out and stormed out because she said she was only here to talk about the book. Well, guess what? She's in the book. So they can bring that up. And I think she was a pro. That's how they met. That whole plane thing, food.
Wow.
One more fun fact about the Derby. I don't know if you guys talked about this yet, but every single horse in that race, was a descendant of Secretariat.
That I know.
They all trace their bloodline back to Secretariat. Can you imagine that? That's crazy. Peace, guys. Later.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with she's a pro. I don't think she's a pro. I don't know. Belichick, again, he's too cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he was a cheap guy. Even the boat he has, it's a nice boat.
Maybe Robert Kraft helped him out and paid for it.
Oh, wow. Shot toward Robert Kraft. Mr. Kraft, if you're listening, I apologize for that. That was Dominic, my producer, not me. I'm not knocking anybody. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the plane thing either, but I don't think she was a pro. Like I said, the article I read over the weekend, and Dom, you brought up a good point and even think about it. The guy before Belichick supposedly was the CEO of some company, and he was like 60-something years old. So she definitely likes older guys, but maybe she's also fishing in that pond. You know, I mean, like you said, how old was she, 20? And then she said there are other relationships she dealt with guys that were her own age, and she finds them being immature. What, we're 15?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on? I think when it's all settled and done, she'll be fine, and she'll probably have a lot of cash. It's time for a Greek's trifecta.
Wait, I have one more talk.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
And here is the final stretch here at the Kentucky Derby. Of course, it's the two favorites, the little Greek that could and DJ Pencil. These two horses are so close together, the jockeys are almost kissing. Neck and neck, who wants it more? Everybody on the edge of the seats. Here it comes. It's too close to call. And it's DJ Pencil by a nose. The long shot, 90-1. Greek gave out again for the third year in a row.
Nice, DJ Pencil. If I was going to bet on that, I would have bet that Anthony would have made you win. That I know would have definitely happened. Let's do a Greek's trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's trifecta.
In the NBA last night, the Warriors did defeat the Rockets 103-89. Big night for the Warriors. Game 7 on the road, and they did win. Steve Kerr, by the way, is 3-0 in his career in Game 7 on the road. That's a big accomplishment. Tonight, you got the Thunder taking on Denver, Game 1 of that series. Like Oklahoma City to win it all there. And then in the East, you got Boston taking on the New York Knicks. The Knicks fans will be out in droves, and they'll be representing. I know a lot of Knicks fans, and they keep telling me Boston's going down. I don't see it. I just don't see it. But we'll see. I mean, you never know. I don't think the Knicks did not beat Boston this year, did not beat Cleveland this year, and did not beat Oklahoma City this year. They were, I think, 0-9 against the three teams. Or maybe they won one at the very end when it didn't really count. Boston was sitting everybody. And the Celtics averaged 21 threes against the Knicks. I mean, again, I could be totally shocked, but I think Boston comes out and spanks them.
Yep.
And they're at the Garden tonight, so we'll see what happens. Our Panthers are on the road. They are taking on the Toronto Blue Leaves, and that game will be 8 o'clock. At 7:30, the puck drops. You could hear the Panthers all season long. And playoff time, this is it. Second round, Panthers trying to get back to the Stanley Cup. It would be unbelievable. First time ever if they get back to it 3 times in a row, which would be unbelievable. Panthers have to win a game on the road, obviously, because Toronto has home ice. So one of these 4 games they got to win. So let's go Panthers. And they are favorite tonight on the ice. Also on the Hard Rock app, they are a big favorite to win by 2 goals.
Mm-hmm.
So to the second goal, a lot of times, you know, you hope you get that open netter. And if you bet hockey, it's really the player's preference. Some guys will send it flying down, and then you can get a guy who just, like, skates it out. And it's almost like a 3-point shot in basketball at the end of the game, where some guys will throw it up and some guys don't. And that's what sucks, because if you got it, it's such an emotion either way. If you're ever in a sports bar or any bar, and you hear somebody, shoot, you know what I mean? Because you want that open netter. And it happened over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think it happened with the Stars, who were losing 2-0, and then took the lead 3-2 and hit a shot.
What about that MLB game, the Marlins?
Oh, the Marlins was brutal.
The grand slam in the ninth inning.
Ninth inning, grand slam, guy hits a home run. And those are games like when you walk off and you're betting sports, it feels like somebody kicked you in the stomach. You really did. You rather lose in anything, I think, early on. Because then you know it's done. And it's it. You finish, you're like, all right, it's done. I lost, and I'm finished. It's a blowout. But when you lose in a bottom of ninth in baseball, it sucks. Basketball, somebody throws up a shot. You had a brutal week last week. You had 3 bad beats. You had the Knick game against the Pistons.
Yep.
Where a guy took a half-court shot and covered.
In the first half.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was out, and somebody threw something, and it was lucky. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't have any action, but this kid threw something pretty big at a club, at a bar, and it smashed. He paid for it, but, man, he went nuts. And as soon as it hit, like, everybody was like, oh, my God, this kid's nuts. I knew he had the Knicks. I said to my friend, I go, he had the Knicks. Because he was sitting with some girl, and everybody thought they were fighting. I go, they're not fighting. He had the Knicks. And then he had a Knick cat on. I go, he definitely had him. But it was brutal. It was like 3-2. And it wasn't like a 3. It was a 4-3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was a turnaround thrown in from the sideline.
Yeah, almost by half court. And that went in. And I was like, oh, no, he's a gambler. He definitely threw it. He threw like a glass shaker or something like that. But, yeah, that was a bad one. The Marlins, too, the Grand Slam. So you had that. And the hockey. So you had 3 bad beats.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at it this way. If the bad beats were bad enough, you'll stop for a while. Or you look at it like, hey, I'm due. I can't have, how many bad beats can I have? But, yeah, they were brutal. You were on the end of 3 in a week, which definitely cost you.
Mm-hmm.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach and the Cove Shopping Plaza. You guys get a chance to stop down there for lunch or for dinner. Always great food. You'll love the coffee, and always a good time at Pollard Coffee Bar. Soon to have a location in Palm Beach Gardens.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. They got the okay on that, and at least I have someplace I can go now every day for lunch. I'll go to Joseph's in there, and then I'm set. I got my little triangle, because I'm a triangle guy, if you know what I mean. 877-927-6969. If you had the Derby, let us know. Formula One, maybe you went down there. Did you miss Sunfest? Those are a couple of things that we have on the table. Belichick and his girlfriend, if your girlfriend or wife brings it up, you got to say it's bad. Don't say you don't care, or I'll be doing the same thing when I get his age. That's not a good recipe for having a good night ahead of yourself. Just say, what is he thinking? What's wrong with Bill? And those are 4 things that you guys can bring up, and you can call us on 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. No text today. Franny's out. So Dom's got enough things doing where he's handling everything, so you cannot text. Also, today is Cinco de Mayo, so I know there's a lot of specials going on around restaurants and bars, things going on to celebrate, and tequilas.
Some places even had them yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mattis.
What is your favorite tequila, would you say?
Oh,
if somebody came up and was going to buy it for you, no bars, whatever you want.
Just anything except for like the name brands like Jose Cuervo or Patron. Anything but those two.
Have you ever had 42?
Mm-mm.
That's Franny's favorite. That's good.
Yeah, I'm just anything but those 2 main brands. I used to have that so much during college that now if I have those 2 or smell them, they're just like, nope, I'd rather pay for the
Extra?
better. Yeah, oh yeah.
How about Casamigos?
Could do that, yeah.
That's a good one. That's Gerber's brand. They blew up, obviously. And then what's that one brand, that tequila? It's got like the weird bottle, like white, blue.
Is that Don Julio?
I don't know if that's Don Julio. 818, we had them as a sponsor for a while. That's the Kardashian brand. But I'm sure there's going to be all kind of tequilas flowing all over the rest of the day. Also, if you're out and about today, be careful and be wise.
Lots of chips and salsa and guac today.
Yeah, if you're driving, don't take a chance. Take Uber, call Lyft, get a friend. But don't make that mistake of driving drunk. Because it's not worth it. You're endangering yourself and somebody else, which is not good. All right, it's time for our giveaway at 11:45. What's the giveaway today, Dom?
Ooh, we got something special for you. We have Billy Idol and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts at the Emirates Arena next week.
All right, there it is. It's next week. So call us at 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. 877-927-6969. It's Greek Casino. It's roulette style, black and red. Odd or even, first 18 or 19 to 36. Remember, if you get 0, that goes with 1 to 18. Double 0 goes to 19 and 36. If I'm playing roulette and a 0 or double 0 comes out, that'll be the one thing that I walk away from the table. Anytime I see it, I'm done. But that's the one thing I'm like, forget it, I'm cursed today. But call us at 877-927-6969. Your chance to see Billy Idol. Great show next week. We're making it happen for you, Real Radio. Greek's Casino. It's pretty simple, like I said. You pick black or red, odd or even. first 18 or 19 to 36. And if you're picking first 18, 0 goes with that. If you're picking 19 to 36, double 0 goes with that. So you get 19 shots with that. Dom, who do we have?
We have Ed up first.
Ed, good afternoon. How are you?
Terrific, Penthouse. How's everybody?
We're good. Thank you for listening to Real Radio. We do appreciate that.
All right.
All right, so what is your selection?
Let's go red.
All right, we're spinning it as we speak.
Well, that's a good spin.
Yep, and I assume that you're a Billy Idol fan.
Oh, yes. I love all the rock.
All right. It is spinning around here in the Greek Casino where everybody's a winner. Because even if you lose, you get a 5x7 of me getting out of my car. And, of course, we're joking. It might be a 5-7 of me walking out of the W last night.
Ooh.
We got 11 black. Sorry.
Ooh.
Thanks for listening, though.
Thanks. Love you all.
Love you, too. Who do we have next?
Next up we have is Sean.
Sean, what's happening, Sean?
What's up, Greek? How's it going, buddy?
It's going good, my friend. Thank you for listening, first of all, to Real Radio. We appreciate that, and hope you entertain you every single day. What is your selection going to be?
I'm going to go with black also.
Ooh, black. All right, Sean, it's going around, baby. Now, do you like roulette?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst game, odd-wise, in a casino. Take it from me, because I play it all the time. We're spinning. You got it. Sean's still in it. Ooh, let's see.
What did Sean pick?
He picked black.
Ooh.
And it's coming in. And looks like we got, it just moved. Wait a minute, it's moving again. 22 black. Winner.
Ooh.
There you go, buddy. Way to be. Congratulations. Stay on the phone.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to get your information, Dominic being, and we appreciate listening to Real Radio 921-1017 on the Treasure Coast. Thank you so much for listening. Everybody wins at the Greek Casino. Even if your number doesn't come out, you get a 5x7 of me getting out of my car. And that's always something that you could maybe put in a picture frame and say, hey, that's my family member. Nobody will know. Nobody checks. When you go over somebody's house, do you ever ask who the pictures are? Let us know about that. Or do you say if you went over somebody's house, you're just like, oh, who's that? Or do you not even ask? You just blow right by it. Now, Dominic probably asks if the girl's attractive that are in the pictures. But let us know. Do you ask? I was at my buddy's house yesterday, and he had a whole bunch of pictures in Fort Lauderdale. When I walked in, I was like, yeah, who's that? Who's that? And I was asking. Just to make conversation. I really didn't care, but I just asked anyway. And people like to explain, well, that's where we were here, and this is where we're there, and all that stuff, which is nice. But it is something where some people do, some people don't. They just pass it. On the agenda today, you guys can call us with anything you want. You always know that. Do you think the Panthers are going to win? If you went to Formula One, let us know. Cinco de Mayo, what are you doing to celebrate? Sunfest, did you miss it? Derby, did you win or lose? I heard more people lost than won for the people I was around, but let us know about that. But those are some of the things you can call about. The Derby, also Bill Belichick and his girlfriend Jordan. If you're asked about that by your girlfriend or your wife, you got to say, it's terrible. What did he think? Don't say it. You got to say that. I talked about somebody yesterday. I was out in Fort Lauderdale having breakfast, and this girl was giving this guy a hard time because he didn't give the right answer. Lady Gaga had a concert in Brazil, and 2 million people, and it was a successful concert, but the also good news is there was a bomb threat that they stopped. Thank God.
2 million people, that's crazy.
Oh, my God, it was unbelievable.
Did you see photos of the place?
Oh, couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's been a couple times people have done acts over there with millions of people, but 2 million people. That is crazy. Thank God for the police. I mean, and they prevented that. There was also that fight at Times Square over the weekend.
Garcia ended up winning.
I thought he lost.
From what I saw, I thought he won. No?
Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Garcia's the kid who was like the crazy one last time on the drugs and everything. They said he got disqualified.
Yep.
I thought he lost. Double check that.
Yeah, double check that. I didn't watch it, but that's why I thought I saw the highlights and said that he won.
I thought he lost, but double check it because a couple of my friends had some money on it. I thought he got beat, and I think he also got knocked out from what I remember. I could be mistaken. I thought he lost and got beat, and and that was on Times Square. First time they ever did a fight out there. It was different, pretty cool. A lot of people liked it.
He did lose, yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I know a couple of people had money on it.
Mm.
And he had a little bit of a crazy stint after his last fight, the situation with his girl, and then just out and about a lot and doing some crazy things. Then he fell off the radar, which was good. I'm sure his handlers were like, all right, this is enough. You got to stop this. And then he went into, he was off to social media for a while.
Training.
Yeah, and then he was training, and this is his first fight, I think, since the last time when he had all the problems, and then he failed the drug test and everything. I don't understand boxing where they take a drug test and they don't have the results after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense to me, because you shouldn't be able to fight. Then take the test a month before. I've always said that. Like, you hear, after the fight, they fail. What is the purpose of that? You got to do it before so the results can, don't let you even get in the ring. Because if you win, you're going to be so angry if you win.
Yep.
Especially a knockdown, and then you find out you fail. And if you're the other guy, you're like, what the hell's going on? I just got beat by somebody who's really not playing by the rules, which definitely sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I saw that I read it, and one of my friends had money on it. And then they were showing him where he was like really upset. I think he got knocked out too.
Mm.
Yeah. But that was the first time I think they had ever had a fight at the Times Square in New York City.
Yeah, that was pretty cool looking, though.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. And the traffic must have been brutal. I can't even imagine. Oh, I can't imagine. We used to stay at the W there in Times Square with iHeart for years. Well, let me say I stayed there. Let me say, now, I think they put us at a Marriott, and I always stayed at the W in Times Square. And it was always crazy there. And I remember one year we went with, I went with a couple of guys who were a little bit older than me. And it was the first time they were in New York, and they stayed like the lower floors. And I would stay way high because the sirens
noise
doesn't stop. And one guy was like on the 5th floor. And the next day, I remember he was like down in the coffee. I was up all night. And, you learn that. You got to stay up. Even when you live in the city, if you're low, the sirens don't stop. I mean, they just don't. It seems like it's just on a regular beat.
The horns.
Yeah, everything. The cabs, everything, 24/7. And Times Square is the Mecca, where everything's right there. People are going crazy. And the lights.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, are so unbelievable. Like, you got to be pulling the shades if you're looking there, without a doubt. But, yeah, it was definitely a situation where they put that together. Something different in Times Square, but Garcia did lose, and he went down. I know he did get knocked down. He became like a fan favorite to like a fan they didn't like him anymore, which is you can snap just like that with the media and with people and the fans, just like Sanders. Now, I think a lot of people, going in, they weren't real fans of him, but his behavior turned a lot of people off.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you're going to see a lot of people, not be rooting for his success, more his failure, which sucks. But at the end of the day, it's up to you, and you got to perform, and you got to do what you got to do if you get an opportunity to play. And so for him, we'll see what happens if he even makes the team. There's 5 quarterbacks on that team. If he doesn't make the team, then he's going to have some issues. But I think because of his pay, they're going to give him any opportunity. He's only making $5 million for 4 years.
I think it's funny when they list the QB room, and they still have Deshaun Watson up there, like...
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. Like, what's he doing up there?
Yeah, they still owe him all that money, which is crazy. I think it's like 150 or 170 million. He'll probably end up with another team. He's still young. I don't even think he's 30, Watson.
Mm-hmm.
He did very good with Houston for a couple of years and out of college with Clemson, but he just, since all this drama, he has not been good, obviously. But the Browns still owe him a ton of money. And remember, all that money's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So when he signed that, and the Browns do not have a good front office, they never had. That's one of the reasons why the organization doesn't do good. And you give guaranteed money, that means you got to pay him every dime.
Do you think any of the litigation could help the Browns get out of paying him?
Well, there is a moral clause in there. I don't know what it says. So far, it hasn't helped.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Because, again, all these were civil cases. And what ends up happening is, like, he settles with all these women.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't get to the next level. I don't know. It could be something where if it was, I think the Browns would already took action against him and said, hey, you know what? And they may go to him and say, whatever it is, we owe you $80 million. We'll give you 30, or we're going to fight you in court. Who knows?
Yep.
I mean, you don't know. And then it's the individual who decides, hey, I want to take this deal or not. And you got attorneys, but Watson's somebody like a lot of these guys, whether it's Diddy or anybody, they're not going to listen to anybody.
Yep.
They're going to do what they want. And That's just their personalities. They're superstars in their field. They're very cocky, and most superstars are. You're not going to find people great in sports that are going to be, or an actor who are very shy and timid. Once in a blue moon, but part of it is confidence. So these guys got there where they were really believing in themselves. The odds are against the world, so they're going to do what they want. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Just had a giveaway. Billy Idol will have one every single day for you. We always do. And don't forget, you get a new keyword coming up for our boy Rover, and so much in the Penthouse on a Monday. Peace.
Think we're just in your car? Think again. Anytime, anywhere. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Checking out a vehicle fire 95 southbound on the off-ramp to Okeechobee Boulevard. That off-ramp right lane is blocked. Make sure you stay to the left of that. The turnpike so far, accident-free, flowing freely as well. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag. You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. Like the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with the JBC, 4-piece nugs, fries, and a small soft drink. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon all the time. Duh. For the best deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
That's your garage door. Almost broken, but technically not broken yet. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So you don't fix it, 'cause it ain't broke. And it gets worse. Until one day, 2 a.m., raining alligators, carload full of dry cleaning, you push the button, and out of nowhere, guess what's broke? Your garage door. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. A garage door that's almost broken can actually do more damage than one that's fully broke. Jammed up parts put an extra strain on the motor, rollers out of whack stress the tracks and the belts. Fix it early, while it's still a simple repair, and before your car gets locked out, or locked in. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Because if it's almost broke, you fix it.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Got a classic hot rod or resto mod? GimmeTheVin.com wants it. Just go to gmtvcc.com. Get an offer in minutes. GimmeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with their big cash giveaway. Gimme the Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's with GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool will be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physical present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell. Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Cartus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting another rainy afternoon, but not before our temperatures get quite warm. We are going to see those temperatures climb into the upper 80s, feeling more like 90s because of our humidity. And then once we get to about 2, 3 p.m., you'll need to pack the umbrella because it's going to be a rainy afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
This is Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword FUN at realradio921.com. That's FUN. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Boobs in your face.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Thanks for always tuning in to you guys, to us, guys. We appreciate that. New keyword coming at you. Happy Cinco de Mayo. A lot of big parties going on today on a Monday. So that's good for restaurants and bars because usually Monday's a quiet day.
And the keyword is fun.
There it is.
Which we'll be having today with margaritas.
Yeah, that's right. I might even have a margarita myself today. If
Ooh.
Franny was here, I would have had one. So we'll do it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she's back with us tomorrow. Franny should be back with us tomorrow. Then maybe we'll have a margarita. Because you said you bought a tequila, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you want to try to make it.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Not without. I could, but not without her.
Yeah. You wait one more day. You got a blender, the whole thing, and do that?
No. I don't. I'm not that complicated.
You're not that deeply into it?
No.
And that's not a word, by the way. It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Always appreciate tuning in. You can call us with a couple different things today. Sunfest, did you miss it? This was the weekend that just passed. Let us know if you missed it. Also, it was the Derby. Did you have a winner? Formula One in South Beach this weekend. Maybe you were down there. If you got to that, Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, if you have an opinion on that, the whole world does. Diddy's case is starting today. They're starting picking jury. They said that's going to be a process. And it's going to be a long process to pick a jury on both sides that everybody agrees with, obviously. They said that he did show up in court today. Gray beard, hair is gray, but he's allowed to wear clothes, regular clothes, not the orange jumpsuit, which a lot of people feel that's, it's a good thing. Because if you see somebody in an orange jumpsuit, male or female, you right away think, okay.
Criminal, guilty.
That's it. So he did get that way. The judge ordered that for him, so he got that. And he's looking at some serious time if it doesn't go his way. The trial, they think, is going to last a while. They don't know exactly how long, but they said jury selection is going to take at least 2 or 3 weeks. So if that's going to take 3 weeks to a month, you're looking at June. I mean, the trial will probably go all summer, I would think. We'll see what happens. But you can call us at 877-927-6969. Text line is down today. Franny's out. Dom's got a lot of things he's doing. There was a fight over the weekend, and Garcia ended up losing. I got a bunch of text messages about it. We did verify that, and that was Friday night. At first, Dom thought he won, but he didn't. He got beat. And also the trifecta, which we talked about, was 18-8-21. And I think the $2 payout was $431. which was awesome. The Giants, their first-round pick is trying to get a number. He wanted the first LTs. LT said no. Then he went to Phil Simms. Phil Simms said no. So he's just going to have to get his own number. That's it. Two of the Giant legends said no to him. Again, you just get your own number. That's it. 56, I didn't think Taylor was going to give up.
Nope.
I just didn't think Taylor was going to do that. There's no way I didn't think he was going to do it. And Phil Simms, I wasn't sure. I wasn't Phil Simms because that was his number at Penn State, the linebacker. But Phil Simms actually said no, too. So just get your own number. That's it. I would never want a retired number. Like if I had to go up to somebody because...
Unless it was like Cam Ward and the guy was ahead of time already said he would give it to you, you know?
Yeah.
And surprised you with it.
Yeah, I think that's cool, and because you're not asking him,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I think you're putting the guy on the spot, and there's some guys that be like, okay, I can do it. But I would, for the most part, I would say no. I'd be like, nah, I'm not going to ask somebody. Because, again, you got so much more to live up to when you're coming in as a first-round pick or any draft pick. There's a lot of pressure on you. And when you put that added pressure on you to be, get a Legends number, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, Yankees have a lot of numbers retired. Like if some kid came out and said, hey, the Jeter. Because I put LT and Jeter at the same level. Two different sports, two different teams. But LT was a beast, one of the best ever. And helped the Giants win 2 Super Bowls and just put them on the map. I can't even imagine that call. And I'm sure LT was like, hell no, you're not getting 5'6". You're not wearing that. What are you, crazy? Would you let a guy do that if you had a retired number?
Like I said, it wouldn't matter how big of a, if he was Cam Ward kind of style, yes. But otherwise, probably not.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. That's what it is today. So if you're out and about celebrating, be careful. Don't drink too much, obviously. And if you are drinking, make some arrangements when you leave the establishment. Yes.
G-Man, I got to talk back for you.
All right.
Greek, you're always talking about trends in baseball. The Mets have lost the 34th game 15 years in a row. Yesterday made 16.
Wow. That's unbelievable, Trent.
Yeah.
Wow. 34 years in a row?
No, the 34th game, they lost 15 years in a row, and they lost at 16 now.
Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. Ooh, I wish I knew that yesterday. That was a good trend. I love trends. I really do. I'm on them a lot, more so than not. There's certain teams that can't beat certain teams. You just see it over and over. I mean, every trend doesn't go forever, but if you get on it sooner than later, you got a good shot. Like Steve Kerr, 3 in a row. On road, 7 games. I liked the Rockets last night after the way they played the last 2 games. But the Warriors played like a team last night, and the Rockets couldn't score.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing certain teams that, like Cleveland yesterday, came out and they were not hitting their shots, and the Pacers were. And the Pacers were crushing it. I mean, it got a little close, but then that was it. And that's a big advantage for them. I mean, anytime you can win a game as the visitor, that's when they always say it's a series. Because when you got home, obviously, if you're home 4-3, all you got to do is hold court. You can't lose. That's the thing with the Panthers tonight we talked about, where the Panthers have to win a game in Toronto, and tonight's the first game. 7:30 is the puck. 8 o'clock is when it drops. So make sure you guys listen to Real Radio 921 or 1017 unless you're home and you want to watch it or you're out in a bar. So you got Cinco de Mayo tonight and Panthers. Woof, there's a lot. And you got the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on. And the Marlins playing the Dodgers. I have a couple of my friends going down to see the game. Every time I think of the Dodgers, I think of Johnny C.
You gonna bet on that?
I don't know. I don't know how you can't, to be honest with you. The Marlins have their one of their aces going, and he won Cy Young a couple of years ago. But last week he faced the Dodgers, who got up 7 runs. So I don't know. It looks too easy to bet the Dodgers. But I think it's going to be a favorite night. I really do. I think the Celtics blow out the Knicks. I also like the Celtics team total, minus 110, I think, or 111. But, again, yesterday I was on both sides, and both sides lost. So you never know. I mean, you just don't know the way the ball bounces for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell knows? And like I said, last week, Dom had a brutal week. He really got a taste of sports betting. He hasn't been sports betting long, but he got 3 bad beats in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And they were bad. Now, imagine if you had big money on that.
Oh yeah.
My God. When you lose a bet, how long does it take you to bounce back?
Maybe a day.
Yeah?
Yeah. A night's sleep at least.
Yeah. Yeah, see? And you're not batting huge. It'll take you, especially the bad beats. Mm-hmm. Oh, the bad beats suck.
No, like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that's not good. I think, I don't know which is worse. I think, I don't know, the walk-off home run's bad, but the half-court shot, they both suck.
Oh, well,
I don't know which. I think the Grand Slam's got to be crazier odds.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. The Grand Slam is just out there for odds-wise. And then the three-pointer, I was like, yeah, he can make it.
Yeah, that happens once in a while. I mean, you could probably make one. Every once in a while, you throw a ball. You never know. You get the luck. Pee Wee Herman's bicycle went up for sale this weekend. It sold for $125,000. Pee Wee Herman, obviously, career didn't end on a great note for him at the end, but he had a couple movies and he was around for a long time. But his bicycle sold for $125,000. Now I can see somebody doing that and then possibly making it obvious down the road, see if you can sell it again.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday Night Live did go after Bill Belichick and Jordan. They also did slam Trump a little. He had some pictures of himself as the Pope. So they had some crazy stuff going on. Also, the host, the guy who does the news desk, who's married to, who the hell is he married to? Oh, I forget her name. Real attractive girl. She's an actress. He's bought the ferry with Pete Davidson, host. Carlin, you think Jost or host, one of that. He's trying to sell that ferry now. He said it was one of the worst mistakes he ever made buying that ferry. They thought they were going to turn that into a club, and that did not. Scarlett Johansson he's married to. That didn't work.
Colin Jost.
Jost, yeah. It didn't work out, so he had a little tongue-in-cheek in one of the skits where he's like, I'm trying to sell my ferry. I want to get out. I don't know what they paid for that. I think like $400,000, but it was an old Staten Island ferry him and Pete Davidson bought, and it didn't work out. So I think they're trying to get rid of it, and that's not a good thing when you got something like that stuck. And also, people know you want to sell it, so you're not getting great money. They had things where they're going to make it a nightclub, which sounded cool, and a comedy club, but I guess they can't pull it off, and they need so much money, and they're not doing it. But he did joke about that.
I'm sure it needs so much renovations that just didn't end up working out.
Yeah. I think they just said the hell with it. Now, I don't think they were ever even planning on maybe when they purchase it, they thought maybe we can get it out there, you go around, Manhattan, something like that. And then maybe when they look in there, they say, maybe we got to keep it docked. But even when you have it docked, you're paying big, big money. That's a huge ferry. I took that ferry once in my life. I went to Staten Island. I was with some girl, and we took it back into the city. It was cool. I mean, once you can see land, it's cool. Because, you always think, in your mind, it goes through your head, well, if it craps out, I could jump in the water. And it was the summer, so it's not bad. Winter, you're freezing your ass off. You're done. You're definitely done. But, yeah, I used to always take the other ferry from Fort Lee and into the garden, all the time. And I used to live in Fort Lee for a while. And that was a different ferry. I think it was Imperial or something like that. It was a quick ride. It was I don't know, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. But in the winter...
That's a cold 9 minutes.
Yeah. But if you didn't get a seat inside and you went outside, and everybody was cool, they let you go in, but there were some mornings, it was brutal. I used to take that to iHeart, too, in the city. Sometimes I would take the ferry there. I'd go see my mom. One time it took me more money. I flew into LaGuardia. It took me more money to get to Jersey than it did to take me on my flight up there. So I took a flight from LaGuardia. Then I took a cab from LaGuardia, Manhattan. I took the ferry, which was like $40. Then I had to take a cab from the ferry to a certain part of Jersey. And then I took another cab from another part of Jersey to my mom's. And I think when I combined everything together, 4 stops or whatever it was, I think my flight was $220, and I think all the rides was $270. I'm I'm not doing this again. I'm never flying to LaGuardia again. That was one time. Yeah, well, I think LaGuardia to Manhattan was $70. The ferry was $50. Then there was another cab ride. It was $106. It was brutal. Yeah, it was brutal. And I said to myself, I just spent more on cars than I did on the airfare. So you definitely got to know what you're doing sometimes, and you can make mistakes like that. I'm sure they'll sell that ferry, but not for a good price.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to get hammered, and then they know that, when they had... everybody knows that they don't want it. Brad Pitt's got a movie coming out, speaking of Formula One, where he's a Formula One driver.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out, I think, in June. Supposed to be very good.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, they've been talking about that, and I saw the trailer for it. I think the other night looked really cool. Ties in, obviously, what we just down at the Hard Rock. If you guys went to this over the weekend, give us a call at 877-927-6969. No text line today. Franny will be back with us tomorrow, so we'll get the text line open. But Formula One was this weekend. And if you guys did go, check it out. Also, the Derby, if you had the winner, let us know. It was one of the favorites. So we did lose as the Greek organization. We went down like a burning ship. We got crushed. There was no doubt. We didn't even have anything. I mean, the 18 came out. That was it.
Did you bother with any of the other races beforehand, or just that one?
That was it.
Okay.
That was it. No, I didn't do anything. I couldn't. I was just like, I'm not doing anything else. I went all in. I took all the chips. I said, okay. And a couple of my buddies that are in the horse business, they were like, this is a great race for you. It's going to be raining. There's so many, everything's open, even the favorites. You got a shot. And it went down.
Mm-hmm.
And, but Teddy Covers did give us the winner of the trifecta. He gave us the 8, what the hell was it, 21 and 3, or 8, 18 and 21. He gave it to us in our locker room. And every year he knows a lot of guys in the horse business, but then he texts me late Saturday night. He goes, no, thank you. And I'm like, and I forgot all about it. I'm like, what do you mean, thank you? He goes, I gave you all 3 winners. I'm like, oh. So I ended up feeling worse because I hate that. It's like tonight with the Panther game. You're like, should I bet the Panthers on the road or just let it go? But then if you get a score, Panthers win 6-3, you're like, oh, man, why did I have it? Dodgers win 7-1. Celtics beat the Knicks 125-101. Oklahoma City wins. You get the big chalkers tonight. So we'll have to put something together because, again, once you get tempted, you're in it, and then that's it. When you're in a casino, you crap out, the ATMs crush you. When they didn't have those, it was so much different. Because, again, we talk about those stories. You lose, you're done.
Yep.
You can't get money. Now you can in 2 seconds. Anybody's not even asking anybody for money anymore. Once in a while, like your friends will ask you, but wow, you're just like, go to the ATM. I mean, there it is right there. Now, if you're crapped out with your ATM or you hit your limit for the day, which a lot of people do, that could happen too. I don't think when you're driving to a casino, that happens as much. When you're there on vacation, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, like when we're down here, I'm not thinking about staying over, because you drive 15 minutes. But when you're in Vegas, you're stuck. I mean, that's it. And that's why a lot of people the first day don't bet, because you don't want to lose. Odds are you're not winning. So if you go vacation 3 days, 4 days, and you lose the first day, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, man, this is brutal. I'm chasing. Who wants to chase? 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you guys want to get involved, you can give us a call on anything you want. Is your smartphone as important to you as your car? That's what a new survey said for a lot of Americans. They said they would rather, I don't know, if you don't have your phone for the day or your car, what is more important? Well, if you got your phone, I guess you can call for Uber. I guess you could do it. I got a couple of my friends, one in Lauderdale, 2 or 3 in Miami. And recently, in the last couple of years, they got rid of their cars. They don't have cars. I don't know if it's cheaper or not. They say it is with car payments, insurance, and gas and maintenance. I don't know. I mean, because everywhere you want to go, like my one buddy, he walks to work. So that's cool.
Yep.
But I'm thinking if I took an Uber every day, back and forth, I think it's way more money. It's definitely got to be. Because you got to figure it'd be about $90, $100. Like if you went from like Boca to here every day. And then if you go out to dinner at night or you bang around with your friends, who knows? It is Cinco de Mayo today. So if you're celebrating, be careful, obviously. Wanted to know also, what is your favorite tequila out there? If you have one that you really enjoy, or maybe there's a place you go every Cinco de Mayo. You go there and you celebrate. It's big for us in our country. Other places, not so much. But it is a holiday where people will be celebrating today. Restaurants and bars, a lot of tequila specials going on. But maybe you have a place that you go every year and you go, man, I watch Cinco de Mayo. And for tonight, you got the Panthers, obviously, on Real Radio. You can listen to that. 7:30 and 8 o'clock is when the game starts. You got Boston and the Knicks. You got some great things going on sports-wise, if you're into sports. And then you got Oklahoma City taking on Denver, who just won a Game 7. And you got the Dodgers taking on the Marlins. So you got a ton of sports coming at you. Also, Formula One was over the weekend. Let us know if you went to that. Or maybe you had the winner at the Derby. We also had on the table today Bill Belichick and his girlfriend Jordan. If you have an opinion on that, if you get asked that by your girlfriend, you got to give it thumbs down. You can't say standard answers where I would do it too if I was his age. You don't do stuff like that. Just take a knee and say, how could he do that? That's it. And then also a Patriot. If you're a Dolphin, you hate the Patriots anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just like, screw Belichick, screw what he's doing. I think for a while now they're going to be out of the limelight and interviews and stuff, and they did say it. Belichick is doing a lot of things, was anyway, because he's selling a book. And this is the first time really Belichick needs the media.
Mm-hmm.
People were talking about that because for years as the head coach, he didn't have a great demeanor with the media. Now the Patriots, and again, I did some intense reading about Belichick the other day about it, where I didn't know this, where they released every day in practice to their reporters when Belichick was there, what you would report.
Mm-hmm.
Not what you saw, what you would report. So Belichick just had an unbelievable strength and strong hold on the media. And if you didn't report what they told you, you weren't there the next day.
Yep.
So, I mean, and most teams don't have that. You go to practice as a reporter. If you're following the team, you write what you see. And you hear different things. This guy might be an argument with this guy, a fight. So-and-so was terrible in the red zone. The Patriots had a paper that went out to all the media and said, this is what you're going to say practice was today. No talk of injuries. Nothing like that. So when he is out in these situations with CBS, and again, he's not dealing with the sports end of it. He's dealing more with the media and more with the entertainment side. They're going to do what they want to do, like I said. But he did release a statement that he's got somebody that's going to help him. It's a guy who worked with him with the Patriots for years and is working with Boston College, so he's going to jump in. And his girls also said she's the CEO of Belichick Enterprises, which is really, as Dominic does the salt and pepper shaker toss, is really not even a thing. I don't even know if that's a title or not, but that's what she says she does. I don't ever think, for me, when I hear Jordan, I think of MJ. This is the first time ever you're hearing that word. You're thinking, oh, Belichick's girlfriend. First time ever. But it's close because it's North Carolina. So that's the tie-in there. So we'll see what happens with that. But, yeah, it's one of those situations where, like I said, if you're asked by your girlfriend or your wife, you got to give it thumbs down. Boo, not good. To your friends, we know you're saying, oh, my God, that's hot. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Panthers, can they get a W tonight? It's on Real Radio, 921-1017. Remember that. 7:30 is the pregame. 8 o'clock is the game. We tell you all the time to give you reminders because maybe you forget about it. Maybe you're driving, coming home for Cinco de Mayo or something, and check out the Panthers on 921 Real Radio. We had our giveaway today. That was a good giveaway today for you guys. Billy Idol. And every day we got giveaways for you guys at 11:45 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 12:45 on Thursday and Friday. Last week we backed it up with 2 additional giveaways. Burt Max's and New York Prime. We'll see about this week. We'll see if there's going to be 2. We didn't have a good weekend. It was lost weekend again for us, so we might have to cut back on the prizes. Peanut butter and jelly for the Greek, man. I had my little bag packed with the G on it. I had it on my counter.
I think you got to go try Uncrustable now.
Yeah, I forgot about those. Those are in there. Will brought them up.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? You got to take it out of the freezer?
Yep, just let it defrost, and then you can have it after 30 minutes.
All right, maybe I'll try one at after the 12:30 break. Brady Matthews is going to try to call us, say hi to us, see what's going on in the great state of Texas, and see if you got to any local strip clubs yet to rate to talent.
Big golf tournament this past weekend. Scotty won.
He won, right?
Yep, over in Dallas.
Yeah, I did see that. Hats off to him. I did see him talking. He had his little daughter with him, I believe.
Yeah, guys shot 30 under par.
Unbelievable.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy. Who was close? Who was the second guy closest?
Oh, there's like 7 shots below him. So.
Oh wow, that's unbelievable. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Monday. We'll be back. Happy Cinco de Mayo in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I am butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, oh, obviously.
20-pound phone. Yeah, that's adding
a lot to the
20-pound phone.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Checking out an accident 95 southbound at Palmetto Park Road, currently blocking your left lane. Make sure you stay to the right of that delays it back to Glades Road. The turnpike currently accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag. You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. Like the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a JBC, 4-piece nugs, fries, and a small soft drink. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon, all the time. Duh. For the best deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son, Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. And Friday night, Fetish Fridays. Live fetish shows every Friday. That's where the beautiful girls are. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open to 5 a.m. Fetish Fridays. What's your kink? Every Friday, there's a beautiful lady waiting for you. And they're always there 7 days a week. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Get over there today. Makes a good night a great night. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell. Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about fun Mother's Day gifts, all for under $15? Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at Macy'sBackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
The iHeart Sports Reports, sponsored by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting another rainy afternoon, but not before our temperatures get quite warm. We are going to see those temperatures climb into the upper 80s, feeling more like 90s because of our humidity. And then once we get to about 2-3 p.m., you'll need to pack the umbrella because it's going to be favorite afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
She's back. Khloe Kardashian returns to On Purpose with Jay Shetty, and she's getting real about healing and self-love. Plus, Caroline Levitt shares what it's like being the youngest White House press secretary in history on Post Run High. And Rob Lowe spills some of the funniest stories you'll hear with Chelsea Handler on the Dear Chelsea podcast.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Mo Better Garage. We make it Mo Better.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It's rare in life when somebody can impress me in a lot of ways, but this gentleman can. He's doing something that I can't think. I get heat for making like manicure and pedicure appointments while the show is on, but this gentleman's actually fixing something.
Yeah.
This is Jason from the Gator 98.7. What do you have over there fixing?
All right, so not only do I host the morning show on 98.7 The Gator, but I'm also apparently IT here in the iHeart West Palm Beach. I'm working on swapping out hard drives so that we can correct one of our downed automation machines. Just heads up, that machine right over there, Dom, it's out, so don't try to get into it.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'll fix it. I will fix it.
A hard drive for me would be going to South Beach in a domestic car. Domestic car.
Hard drive for you is to drive to Boca any afternoon, right?
Oh, in the morning.
There's traffic on the turnpike or whatever, right?
2 hours and change today.
Yeah. How you doing, G? What's up, bud?
I'm doing good. Good to see you. Again, 2 and change this morning again. I am so close to taking the train. 2 of my friends have taken it.
And just say, man, you got the Bright Line not far from your house, right?
Yeah, but then you still got to get a ride from the Bright Line here every day. And
I'll come get you, man.
Every day you're going to come get me.
I mean,
I
got to thread a needle. I mean, we're wrapping up a morning show. I got to come get you. Look, Dom, he's a producer. He's a good guy. He'll come get you. No problem, right?
He's done enough. He helped a co-worker move this weekend.
Ah.
That was very nice of him.
That wasn't a short move from what I understand either.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't go all the way up to where they're moving, though.
Got it.
I did the down here part.
Got it.
What's tougher? Do I ask somebody to borrow money or to help them move?
I think the money part, probably.
Yeah. Depends what kind of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also depends on who you're asking. If it's friend, one thing. If it's family, it's a whole other thing. But like,
And that was nice. You helped them as a couple.
yeah.
Which is very nice. That's something I would not do in either way. I wouldn't help them move. I wouldn't help them move as a couple. I'd be like, you got your man, help him.
All right. So, did they feed you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good pizza along the way, beers too,
Yeah,
probably,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean, if you're a good guy, that's all you need, right? I've helped so many friends move. All you got to do is give me a 6-pack. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it done.
And I like Jason because not only is he a good guy, but he enjoys some stories about me. So this weekend I got a little bit cracked. I went over one of my friends' houses, right? And when you go over somebody's house for the first time, you usually see pictures.
Okay, so you haven't been to this friend's house yet?
No.
Okay.
So I don't notice that I do this, but my friends picked up on this. My one buddy goes, we went to so-and-so's house, and they had pictures. You didn't say one thing. He goes, we went Sunday to this other house, and one of the girls was hot. And Greek goes, who's that?
Well, yeah. Yeah. It's your red-blooded American man, right?
His daughter, probably. Or something like that.
Exactly right. I said, wow, that's a nice background.
What is he, Belichick over here? No.
I go, that's a nice background. Where is that? So they did call me out on that, and I was like, no. I go, that's not me. But I guess it was me when people notice things that you do. So we're talking to Jason. He does Mornings with Franny. So Bill Belichick, again, was in the news. Everybody has a story. What I said earlier is if your girl or wife asks you about that, you have to say, that's bad, that's terrible. You can't say, I would do it if I was his age.
No, which aspect of it? The fact that he's dating a 24-year-old girl, or the fact that he basically let her control everything for the past 6 months, if not longer than that?
I would say the dating.
Okay.
Because most women, guys don't want a minute, but they control.
Right.
I mean, they really do. I mean, guys don't want to say that.
No.
It's like it's 50. It's never 50-50. It's like a casino. Women are going to beat you every time. And you find that out in life.
Mm-hmm.
The younger you find that out, the more successful you'll be. My dad always told me that. At the end of the day, they're winning. So remember that. He goes, that's just it. Unless you want to punt and just be like, hey, I'm joining the other team.
That's why I always say, man, a push is a win in my book.
Oh, yes.
I'm just saying.
So
I was fortunate enough that I'm not going to sit here and say that I've got a 50-50, mindset in my relationship. Ultimately, that's what everybody wants to have,
sure.
right? It's an ebb and a flow. Sometimes it's going to be 80-20. Other times it's going to be 60-40. Sometimes you might get lucky. It's 51-49, but it's never 51-49 in your favor as a guy. I promise you that.
No, it's definitely not. So, Bill, again, this is the first time when you hear the word Jordan that you don't think of Michael.
Right? Fair point.
And it's also a time when, who would have thought you would have talked about Belichick's love life? Never. I didn't even know he was married when he was with the Patriots.
Before 2022, I didn't know. I thought the guy was a freaking robot. All he was eat, sleep, drink, football, and he probably was.
Yeah.
Was he ever married before this?
Yeah,
woman?
yeah, he was, and he had 3 kids. The only time I knew he had kids is when his son was on the Patriots staff. That's the first time that I picked up that he had a kid, but I never heard about
His
it.
kid's got to be older than his girlfriend, yeah?
Oh, yeah. All
he has
3
a
of
daughter that's 10 years older than his girlfriend.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's probably a hard sell when you're in that situation. When you're got to say, like, I'm dating somebody young.
Well, especially the daughter. I mean,
Yeah, it's hard. It's even the sons. I told you, I went through it in my house. My dad was with somebody very young. My brother did not like it. I didn't say anything. I was like, whatever, dude. It didn't bother me. I'm not stopping a music train.
Yeah.
So I was like,
hey, man, it's his life. You got to let him live it.
That's it.
There's a point in life where you become a grown-ass adult and you know that, like, look, my parents are humans too, and they're going to make decisions that impact their lives. And I'm not going to sit here and say, you're dad. No, you can say, Dad, it's kind of freaking weird, but I ain't going to stop you. I ain't going to try to stop you.
Well, when you're being brutally honest with situations when kids matter is when somebody comes in younger and they think they're going to get a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
And that's when kids get mad.
Yeah.
And that's just being honest. Most people say no, but they're like,
I have a slightly different outlook on it. Look, I said to my dad, he just retired a week ago. And he's talking about, we got to go on this, fixed income or whatever it might be. And I'm like, yeah, but he's done well. The dude was a legit rocket scientist, right? And I told him, I'm like, man, My brother and I are on the same page too. Like, we don't expect a dime from you when the ultimate thing comes or whatever. I spend every penny you can, have the time of your life, and enjoy it.
But
a lot of people are not like that, though.
No, but weren't your parents still married?
They are still married. Yeah, he doesn't have. He's Belichick's age, and he doesn't have a 24-year-old girlfriend to contend with either. Now, if you throw that in the mix, I'll be like, all right, Dad. You better have it. You know what? I might say, dude, enjoy it, man. Spend every penny you can.
That's when kids get mad.
Yeah.
That's when kids are like, and we're talking big money.
Right.
Like somebody since she's been dating him, she has a $9 million portfolio in real estate.
Right. Isn't that insane?
I mean, that's a lot.
And that's not just that. Those are assets. That's not cash.
No,
those are assets
that she can sell. Now, do you believe they met on a plane, or do you think that was yanked? Go ahead, Dom. Tell me your story about Belichick.
Oh, what, the pro?
No. He says that he don't think Belichick flies commercial, but I said he's cheap. I think he's not private jets.
He could have met her on a private plane that she was on as well. That's possible. Do you think she was a pro? Is that what you're getting at?
Somebody said that.
Okay.
Yeah, we call her say
I don't
that.
think so.
So they've known each other or have been dating for at least 5 years, right? Is that what I hear?
No, I don't think 5.
Because she's 24, and she was dating an older gentleman before.
CEO.
It's not just Belichick, right?
No.
She's got a fetish,
Yeah,
or she's into old dudes, or
this is a
something.
pattern.
Yeah, it could be a combination. She's into old dudes and she's a gold digger. Whatever. Hey, more power to you. Have fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop you or judge you. I might judge you a little bit, but you know what? Just because I'm jealous and I can't do it myself.
Guys do not like being called cheap.
No.
And girls hate being called a gold digger.
Right.
Those are just two things. Am I right? I mean,
you're right.
You hear that. Girls hate that. They really, really get offended by that.
Girls that aren't gold diggers really hate it.
Yeah.
Girls that are gold diggers
they're like, that's my game.
It's part of it. Whatever.
You want to take a quick phone call?
Sure.
Who do we got?
We have Sarah B on the phone.
Sarah, what's happening?
Hello, Penthouse, and hello, Jason.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm good, but I'm not fantastic because actually, Dom, did you know that your guys' podcasts after April 1st have disappeared?
Oh, there's a corporate thing going on, and that has happened. It's not just this show. It's happened to a handful of other shows, too. It happens. It happens.
It's really the management above. They're jealous of me.
Is that it?
And they want to get rid of it. It's the Greek conspiracy. I mean, it's true. I mean, it is what it is. So it's coming for it. So there's no more podcasts.
There's going to be podcasts.
The ones that were gone.
Right, yeah. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, because I was almost caught up. And then I went to go to the next one, and it was gone. And then the most recent was April 1st.
That happens.
What? No, what happened? So I did just get off the phone with iHeart app tech support because I told them too. I was like, "This is wrong. We're missing podcasts."
Wow, you're really on it. You're more involved than people who work here.
All the more reason to make Real Radio 92.1 the first preset on the iHeartRadio app, so you can just stream us live whenever you want.
So, Sarah, is this your first call ever when Franny isn't here? I think so. Because Franny's out here and there once in a while, and you usually don't call when she's not here. Because we know you're not a fan of the Greek.
How is that possible?
I'm kidding.
Excuse me. I told you before that I wasn't at the very, very beginning, but you grew on me.
You sound like the girl I was with Saturday night. She said the same thing. Until in the morning, we had an argument about an invoice. I'm like, once you set a price, you can't change it.
She gave you an invoice?
It was okay. I didn't mind. It was laminated.
Fine.
It was on a little piece of paper. It's like, wow, this is weird. I thought you never did this before. She goes, I never did this before with you, but I've done it before. And she said, it would be great going to the W Hotel. So I thought she was staying there. Until we went there and we checked in. I go, you don't have a room here? She goes, no. I said, it'd be great to be here. I'm like, oh, God, I didn't know that. So what's up, Sarah? What else? You know I'm kidding, by the way. What's up?
I know you're kidding. That's why I'm laughing.
Okay, good. Sure, I'm kidding.
Not much else. I did have lunch on you maybe 2 weeks ago. I used my gift card. It was delicious.
Well, good. I'm glad.
More of it left, though, too, so I'm going to use it again.
All right. Well, you enjoy. Thanks for always listening to us. And, again, when you become successful, remember, I'm going to be your pool boy.
Yes. I know. I do. I was also going to say, I do listen to you guys live as much as I can. I don't know if Jason knows this, but yeah, I tend to work during the beginning hours during the hours of your guys' show.
All right.
So I listen when I can, and then that's why I go back to the podcast to fill in the holes where I wasn't able to listen.
No worries.
Get the whole show that way. So,
We always appreciate listening. All right?
yeah, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, peace. So Jason's probably one of the biggest Panther fans I know.
Here we go, man. Let's go.
I know another gentleman, Kevin, who is a big Panther fan. He has season tickets, and he's a big fan too. I mean, and such a big fan that they have no money on it. And when the Panthers lose, they get regular season they get done. So I know during the playoffs, and again, for most people, they didn't think that the Panthers, the way they played this year, they had a lot of injuries. But now you feel like, can they make an actual run?
Oh, absolutely. I think they're favored in Vegas right now to repeat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was kind of doing a little sniffing around on that this morning, and they are favored. Toronto Maple Leafs is a team that I am not looking forward to having to take on. They're a really good team. It was Battle of Florida last week against the Lightning. Battle of Ontario was the Senators Leafs last week, and I was kind of really pushing for the Senators to take the W for the series last week because I wanted to see, number one, I wanted to see the Senators advance. Number two, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk's brother, is on the Senators as well, and I would really love to see that matchup in the Stanley Cup Finals.
2 brothers, that's amazing.
I mean, exactly. But we've got the better Tkachuk, so that's there's that, and I feel like this is probably going to be one of the best series in round 2 that you're going to see all of playoffs. I feel that way.
Now they got to win one game, obviously.
Well, they've got to. Well, it's best of 7 series, so they got to win 4 to advance.
Well, I mean, one game in Toronto.
Oh yeah.
They have no choice.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, look, they were Panthers were underdogs going into Tampa.
Yeah.
To start that home series, game 1 and game 2, and they obliterated Tampa. So that's one thing is this team, this Panthers team, likes to have that. They almost have, I don't want to say have a chip on their shoulder, but for lack of a better, expression, that's the one. They kind of get a little chippy when it comes to that. Like, oh, yeah, you think we're going to be road dogs? No, we're going to go in there and shove it, especially when you're going to the freaking hockey capital of the damn planet right there, Hockey Hall of Fame's in Toronto. They're going to go in there. Yeah. They know the pressure's going to be on, and it's just going to amplify them that much more. Same thing, Bobrovsky, our goalie, I swear, the more pressure that's put on that guy, the more he performs.
It's like Dom.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just like Dom. The more pressure you put on him, the better he performs. Panthers also got a chance for a record for a 3rd year in a row to be in the Stanley Cup.
That's true.
They've never done that.
Look, you got to look. The team, I've been following them for a long, long time now, and they've only had. I mean, right out of the gate, they went to a Stanley Cup final, so there was that. But there was a long drought after that, and then slowly but surely they started getting better. And then they picked up Barkov a while ago, and then team got better. And then Paul Maurice as a coach, and that's where I think other moves were made, bringing in Tkachuk, bringing in Sam Reinhart, and the team. The team that you're looking at now, not the same team as the Stanley Cup final team that won last year, but there's only shades of difference, right? Different players that have got integrated into the system and have learned quickly. This whole Brad Marchand pickup from Boston, I hated this guy, right?
But now he's on your team.
It's like I compare it to Tom Brady. Look, I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan. Brady just destroyed us for so long, right? And now Tampa Bay Buccaneers being my NFC, my B team, right? Now all of a sudden he's with the Bucs. I got to like this guy?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Now, Marchand, a little rivalry between the Panthers and the Bruins. And I hated this guy's face. I just wanted, he's a very punchable face, right? Now all of a sudden he's part of, now he's a Panther, and I'm like,
I love him.
I got to like this guy now. It took me a while.
Yeah.
It took me a while. And then he got his first goal. I was at the game when he got his first goal, and I'm like, okay, the energy was there. And then last week he got his first postseason goal as a Panther. I'm like, all right, I'm on board. I'm on board. Let's go.
You talk about people. I talk about people impressing me. Now, would it impress you through my connections if I ever got you to beat the drum for the Panthers?
Dude, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's a tough one because like you get like McDaniel in there beating the drum, Dan Marino. I'm as much as I like to think big of myself. I'm not to that caliber.
No, you're not.
I'm not even that close.
That's all right, but we can pull some moves.
Look, man. One day I want to be
duty calls. Might have to help you.
There you go.
There it is.
Maybe on a Zamboni.
That's right.
That's more my speed, right? Get on a Zamboni.
Now, Florida and Las Vegas have proven two things. Two teams that when they came here, warm climates, people said it's not going to do well. Nobody's going to go. Panthers this year have, I think, the second best attendance in the league. And Vegas from day one. Now, they had a very good start from the beginning because the franchises are different now when they start. But two big markets that crush it.
Right. Raiders weren't in Vegas when the Golden Knights launched, right? They hadn't made so that was basically the first professional franchise to get into the market.
Oh yeah, without doubt, and it was hockey,
right?
And so they really expected. They were not sure,
right?
But they crushed it the first year. They went to the Stanley Cup.
Absolutely.
And another one of those places like the Panthers, warm climate, obviously, but they sell out. But see, the difference that they have that we don't have is
the Cup has a lot to do with that, too.
The casinos.
Yeah, well, of course, the casinos,
which help them.
Of course.
But still, warm. I mean, again, if you, and I've said this for years, I'm not the only one, everybody says, if you have success and you got a good product, people are going to come.
Sure. Well, Florida's a state of hockey now. Look, you got the repeats over in Tampa. I hate the Lightning, their rival, but still, I mean, it's a great state for hockey.
Yeah.
They've got 3 cups. We've got 1 now on our way. To potentially to get a second one. We're making a run at the second one. And this is a young team, too. That's the other thing is this team it's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the foreseeable future, for sure.
That's why with the Marlins, it's always a big thing. They don't draw and people talk about it. But you know what? When they have the World League down there, it sells out.
Right.
When they have those banana hammocks down there, they sell out.
Dude, those shows are fun, man.
Franny goes every time.
She enjoys it, and she tells me about it. I'm like, I got to get to now. They're selling out freaking football fields.
Yes. Oh, yeah, Tampa.
It's insane. I would love to be able to go see what you call them, the banana hammocks.
You got that drop.
Savannah bananas, yeah. But, me and the boys were already talking because they're doing the Winter Classic. I think it's either the Winter Classic or one or the other, where it's going to be in Home Depot or Lone Depot Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be a hockey game in either December or January at Lone Depot Park. I can't wait for it, man.
Now, am I wrong in saying this, but next year, isn't there a hockey game at the Dolphin Stadium?
No, it's at Lone Depot Park. I think you might be mixing up the two. There is a hockey game at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa.
I thought they were going to do one next year at the Hard Rock.
So, no, they're doing it at Lone Depot Park.
Are they?
Yeah, they're doing it at Lone Depot Park. And so there's 2 series. One specialty series, or 2 specialty series, rather. One will be in baseball stadiums, and the other will be in football stadiums. So it's either the Winter Classic or I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank on what the other one's called, but they will play those games because the Blackhawks played this year at Wrigley Field, I believe.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And people go.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a huge change in scenery. It's not what you expect, Those fields are open. Most of them are. Obviously, we have the opportunity to open and close Lone Depot Park here, but could you imagine going to a hockey game at Wrigley Field?
Oh my God,
that'd be so epic.
That'd be like going to a Formula One race at Hard Rock Stadium.
It'd be like yesterday. Oh man, did you watch that at all?
I watched a little. It's just it is amazing what they've done. I mean, the tickets are crazy. I mean, beyond belief. But it's amazing that they make that track around the stadium.
Yeah, and it looks good on TV, man. Yeah. They did a really good job with it. I watched it for about an hour last night. Try not to bore my wife to death because I could tell she had zero interest in it. But I'm like, babe, it's Hard Rock Stadium. Look what they did. You could see the stadium in the background, the whole thing, and whatever. I'm like watching Verstappen and him drive for a little bit. And I'm like, all right. He dropped out of the lead, and I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Have you ever gone and seen when it's a stadium all this stuff? Because you can't really see it from the stadium when you walk in, but all the special stuff they have, they just keep it up all year round.
So there is. I always go to when I go to Dolphins games, I always go to the same entrance, and by that entrance is where the pits are for the F1 race.
They're cool.
I also did media day with the Dolphins last year, so I got to go in and check out the pits and everything like that. It's cool, but man, it's amazing what they can put up and take down just for these races.
Yeah, it is amazing, and they also have the tennis.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, so they've taken advantage of every single thing down there to try to make money.
It's a sportsplex, man. He's really that's what Cleveland's trying to do up in up there. They're trying to move the team out of downtown and put it in Brook Park so they can make it more of like a wider use sportsplex. Put a dome on it so that it can be used for concerts in the winter and whatnot. I can't say as from an owner's standpoint as I blame them one bit. You got to maximize your product, but. We as fans, obviously...
Well, we're creatures of habit. You want to go where you go.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. When you move anything, you don't like it. Nobody likes change unless it's good.
Right.
So we're talking to Jason. He does the mornings on Gator with Francis every day, and she's always happier in the morning. I don't know why. It just seems like that.
She's got extra coffee, that's all.
Now, let me ask you, what is your prediction tonight? Did they win on the road? And... based on your prediction, will be whether or not Greek bets on the hockey game.
Okay. Do they win on the road? I can't imagine they're changing the lines too much for the Panthers. Now, the thing being, rest is not good. In my opinion, rest is not good in hockey, especially playoff hockey. These guys are going to keep going and keep going and keep going, right? And they've had more rests, they being the Panthers, than the Leafs, because they had at least another day, if not 2 days, before they clinched into round 2. Mm-hmm. Going into Toronto, you want to keep that momentum going with you, and it's going to be a tough contest. I say that Panthers don't get the win tonight.
Okay. There it is.
Uh-oh. I hope I am wrong.
You can hear Jason every morning on 98.7 on the Gator. Him and Francis do the show. And if you listen, Franny does sound a little bit more upbeat.
But I do say the Panthers take the series and advance to the Eastern Conference Final.
Oh, so then they got to win a game one. They got to win a game.
They have to. But hey, look, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they get in a sweep, 4-game sweep. That'd be great. But against this Maple Leafs team, I just don't see it.
All right. So now we know where Jason stands. If I get him to hit the drum, he will be impressed.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. It is Jason for the morning show on Gator. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's the Greek and Dominic. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Checking out an accident 95 southbound at Palmetto Park Road, currently blocking your left lane. Make sure you stay to the right of the delays back to Glades Road. The Turnpike currently accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Get big summer flavor in every bite with the new DQ Summer Blizzard Treat menu, featuring new mixing bowl mashup, fan-voted s'mores, and more. For a limited time, right now at DQ. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Leo Schofield spent decades in prison for a crime Jeremy Scott later confessed to. Season 2 of the hit podcast Bone Valley investigates how Jeremy's violent past unfolded and who else may have suffered his wrath.
This is a case that should never happen. I told him you got it wrong, you got the wrong man.
Listen to Bone Valley on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Bone Valley.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they were 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. And that reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844-844-iHeart and get radio working for you.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell and Cordell in those interviews.
Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell and Cordell's attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Well, Trina, now you're in charge of ordering food for the office, so meet my mountain of menus.
So, this should be easy.
Easy as pie. You know the mathematical constant for a circle circumference to diameter ratio, pi? It's super complicated.
In that case, I'll be using EasyCater. It's got everything on one simple platform. Tons of restaurants, dietary preferences, even digital receipts.
But my mountain of menus.
How about I order us some pie?
EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting another rainy afternoon, but not before our temperatures get quite warm. We are going to see those temperatures climb into the upper 80s, feeling more like 90s because of our humidity. And then once we get to about 2-3 p.m., you'll need to pack the umbrella because it's going to be a rainy afternoon.
This report is sponsored by True Green. Summer is better with True Green. Get the best lawn at the best price. For a limited time, get 75% off your first treatment. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com today and let the pros handle the work while you enjoy the results. Restrictions apply.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword check at realradio921.com. That's check. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Cinco de Mayo Day, boys and girls. So if you're celebrating, enjoy yourself, have a nice time, and be careful. Don't drink and drive, please. Call Uber or call Lyft, make a move, or call a friend. That's what you need to do. I am the Greek. It is The Penthouse on a Monday. You just got another keyword this hour. Dom will give it to us. Go ahead.
The keyword, hold on, let's see. The keyword is check.
Check. There it is. CHECK. Amazing. I can spell that.
And we go to realradio921.com and put it in there, the keyword.
There it is. Go to realradio921.com, put it in there, and there starts the whole process. Did we have somebody on hold?
Yep, we have Big J on the phone real quick.
What is up, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's everything?
Everything's good. How about yourself?
Good, good. The key word of the day is Big J.
Big J, that's right. Big J, that's the key word. I like it.
Hey, quick question, Greek. Do you think an NFL game and a hockey game, the competitiveness and what it takes is equal, or is it more for an NFL game than a NHL hockey game?
I mean, I would think hockey's a little bit more because they seem like those guys are out on the ice a lot. Yeah, they get substitutes. And the NFL, I mean, it's 60 minutes, but, you know, you're playing, you know, basically half if you're on defense or offense. I think the hockey players play a little bit more, and I think the endurance-wise, they're a little better more. I would think hockey. Again, that's just my opinion off the top of my head. Only because there's reserves, and, you know, there are plays like, you know, if a team's on offense and they have a long drive, they could be, you know, you're on defense, you could be out there 13 minutes, and you're on offense. You're on the sidelines the whole time. That doesn't really happen with hockey.
Exactly. Now, reason I'm asking, like, because you see these series where they play, sometimes 7 games. And they get a little break, then they get out there and play again. It's like, wow, these guys it's insane. And you see a lot of these sports like hockey and basketball and some other sports where it comes down to the best of some game, comes down to the best. But football, it's you can have an any given Sunday, get all the way to the end, the one game. So my question to you with, it also being about money and as well as, the safety of the guys too. I mean, you think it's ever possible that maybe the Super Bowl would be like the best out of 3 or something like that instead of just one game?
I don't think so, because I think the Super Bowl is the way it's built up to one game and the playoffs, and they're playing 17 games, and they play 3 playoff games. I can't see it being a best of 3, but who the hell knows what the future holds? You just never know. I doubt it.
Awesome. That would be cool.
Yeah, but you just don't know. But, I mean, again, it's all about the money, and if they ever decide it would change everything, a best of 3. But I think the NFL's thing with the playoffs is if you lose, you go home. So I don't think they would do it, but you never know. And I never thought they'd be playing games all over the country, all over the world, excuse me.
Yeah, well, with it being about money as well, think about how much more money it would bring in.
Oh, of course.
You ain't got to worry about any given Sunday, that one game you're screwed.
Yeah.
Just like with how you said the basketball game, they got killed by that one team, the Warrior or the
Rockets.
Whatever, and then last night, like, wow, they look great out of nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just thought.
No, it happens. It's
talked about it.
Yeah, no, people have talked about it, and it's just definitely something that would be a big change. But no matter what, you know what? And you know it, you're a sports fan, people would watch it. That you could guarantee.
Yeah, absolutely. Start petitioning it. Let's make it happen.
Thanks, brother, for listening. We appreciate it. Peace. Who do we have now?
Now we have Brady.
Brady, what's happening, my buddy?
Greek, what's going down, big guy?
Brady Matthews joins us, comedian, soon to be a superstar, and I will be handling all his security or public relations like Jordan for Bill Belichick. How are you, bud?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I haven't heard from you in a while. I figured, I thought you fell in love. I thought you fell in love and sit.
No, you know me. I don't roll like that. Even if I do meet somebody, I was down in your hood yesterday, and I kept thinking about you. I was at the Fort Lauderdale, and I was at the air show, and I thought about you, and I said, man, I wish he was down here and banging around. So what's going on out there, and how is everything? I know last time we talked about a month ago, you were adjusting to Austin, but you said you like it, right?
Yeah, I love it. It's great, man. Just got done shooting some stuff. I can't really say what it is, as always, but we're shooting some good stuff for a movie, and then it's been a lot of fun. Met a lot of good people. Director's really cool, and it should be out in August.
Nice.
In August. Yeah. So I played an alcoholic father. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's a stretch for you, though.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
I said it was a stretch. You're not like that. You're a great dad. You know that.
Thank you.
Hey, you got to pay the bills.
Great. Yep.
Now, is there any role that you would ever turn down as an actor if something came to you and you're like, I don't want to play this for whatever reason, or you just be like always diving in?
Yeah, the Greek.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw the last couple episodes of White Lotus where the brothers,
yeah.
I'm just going to say the brothers, and your listeners will know what I'm talking about. That scene I would never do, ever.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that scene.
Yeah, White Lotus is like one of the most popular shows. It's two brothers do drugs and then they do some stuff, and it's gnarly. I don't know why that's in the script, but yeah, that's something I would not probably do. Yeah.
Now, do you actually, because this is where I would have a problem, but I would have an assistant, do you actually read the scripts when you get them, or you just show up? And you're like, what the hell is this, a pink flamingo? I got to walk? What's going on? You did not read your script?
I'll tell you what, Greek, yes, I do now. You want to know why I do now? Because I shot a thing for Showtime called Femme Fatale.
Yeah.
And I had to play a detective,
yeah.
And then one of the girls hits on me, and then we have to make out on the desk, and then it's a fully nude scene.
Really?
And I have to put a sock around my action area.
Wow.
And I had no clue that was in the script.
Wow.
No clue.
So then you read it.
They go, the girl goes, "This is for you," and I'm like, "I'm gonna need a smaller sock."
That's what I love about you. Your ego never gets in the way.
This sock is gonna fall off.
Yeah.
Okay? Gonna need a smaller one.
We're talking to Brady Matthews. So the whole thing with Belichick, we've talked about it, and Jordan.
Yep.
And the whole, and if I find it crazy because it's not him. He's never one I would think would be chasing tail or somebody that young with him. And I said today on the radio and yesterday, if your girl or wife asks you, you got to say it's a bad thing. You go, oh, what is he crazy? But every guy inside's like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think it's awesome. I don't think it's awesome at all. I see what she's doing. Did you see her in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial? It was awkward.
I didn't even know that was her until I read about it.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't know. They said that was part of the deal. Belichick, I guess Ben Affleck wanted him in there, and I guess Belichick said, I want to put my girl in. That was during a Super Bowl. They weren't as outly open, whenever we were talking about it as they are now. But then when you look at it, I checked that out over the weekend. I go, yeah, there she is.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I guess she's a real hard ass. She's in charge of a lot of his social media stuff too. He's got all his passwords now. So give me a break, dude. She's taking everything from Bill Belichick. Hey, maybe this is Bill Belichick's karma. Maybe this is karma. Who knows?
Oh, I don't know if it's a bad thing. I mean, it's just working out for him so far. I heard she put her name, she edged her names on all the 6 Super Bowls at Robert Kraft's house.
I don't know, man. I tell you, dude, something's fishy. Listen, if there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm telling you right now, she knows what she's doing and she knows what she's getting out of it. So you never know when that well runs dry. So I guess she's just squeezing everything she can out of that.
No doubt about it. I mean, that's what it's all about. We're talking to Brady Matthews, comedian, my good friend. Also, you've seen him in other movies. He's got a lot going on. So where are you playing on a regular basis now? You still playing Rogan's Place?
Yeah, Rogan's Place. I'm at Sunset Strip, which is fun. I'm actually in town now for a little while, so I'm not going back on the road until I'm doing Rodney Dangerfield's club in New York.
Okay.
In June, and then a couple other spots, but they're smaller spots. But yeah, mostly local spots, which is great.
You got to let me know when you're doing. You're going to be in Manhattan.
Yeah, I'll be in Manhattan. Yeah.
All right, so text me and let me know because I might go see my mom again, and we'll check it out. And maybe I could hook up with you out there. Be great to see you.
Oh, I love it. Now you're going to show me the spots.
Yeah, I definitely would show you a couple spots. It's going to take me a couple of weeks to regroup after the Derby because it was.
Oh, what happened?
We got crushed.
I thought you would go. Don't you usually go?
Yeah, I've gone many times, but no, I haven't gone the last couple of years. Yeah, we got crushed, annihilated. We had 15 horses, and they were all long shots, and one of the favorites won. So we got hammer time pretty much, but it was fun. It was fun.
What did you think about the names? Everyone was saying there's some sort of symbolism with the names. Journalism lost the sovereignty. What is your take on that?
I mean, again,
into that?
I don't even think of the names when there's that many horses. What I do is just go by the numbers because I was, putting bets in for people, and I don't want to search. So I just go, give me your numbers, 8, 12, whatever. I bet 1, 2, 3. I bet 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 9 through 16, 17. I didn't bet 18 the winner, and I bet 19, 20, 21. And it's good because the girl I know who does the tickets at the Palm Beach Country Club, she had an envelope for me, hating for me. She goes, here you go, Greek. I said, thanks. And then I gave her an envelope, and it was a great transaction, and we lost. But it was fun.
What was it? What was the number of the horse that won the race?
18.
18. Interesting. Has anyone won the Triple Crown lately? I think a horse did.
A couple years ago, somebody won. I think about 3 or 4 because nobody won it for years. I think since 73, and I think a couple of years ago, one of the horses won the Triple Crown. Next is the Preakness, which will be on the 17th of May, and then the Belmont follows after that. And that's it. That's the Triple Crown race, and all these horses are obviously 3 years old.
But nothing trumps the Kentucky Derby. That's the creme de la creme, right?
No, that's like the Super Bowl. It's it. Yeah. I mean, that's it. Everybody gets dressed, and they had 160,000 people. About 19 million people watched it. It's crazy. I mean, the anticipation all day when you're there. It's a great thing. I've always said if you get an opportunity to go. It's a lot of fun. And if you're not a bettor and you just, for blanks and giggles, it's good just to go anyway and just to hang out, which is fun. It's a big event.
Yeah, everyone wears ridiculous outfits that you would never wear ever again, and he drinks mint juleps so you can't talk. So.
Yeah, my buddy got me a hat that he saw, and he sent it to me last week. I got it on Thursday, and when I put the hat down, I went past my ears. I'm like, you're not good ordering.
Hey, listen, I'm excited for. Playoff basketball. Listen, I don't watch the regular season.
Yeah, I know.
I'm actually excited for the Timberwolves and Golden State. I think that's going to be an awesome series. One, because Draymond Green and Edwards don't get along.
No. Yeah, I think Minnesota spanks them, to be honest with you. I just think they're too young, and they have too much height. The Warriors' problem is they're not tall enough. And Minnesota is tall with Gobert and a couple other guys, and Edwards is young. The Warriors are okay, but they're getting older, and I just think Minnesota's too young. It'll be them in Oklahoma City. I'd be surprised if it was anything different, and then Boston and Cleveland.
Yeah, okay, so listen, Steph Curry loses, right? Does he go to the Lakers?
Nah, I don't think so. I think he's a Warrior, true and blue. I mean, it's been so many years. I mean, you heard speculation about him going there or LeBron going there. I don't know. I don't see it. Because, now at this age, I don't know how much of a big impact it's going to be the whole season. And what teams are finding out more and more is like, man, we just want to get to the dance and get in the dance, and then we'll try our best because the injuries are just too much. And you see today, you're talking a lot of these guys like Steph Curry's in his mid-30s, 36. LeBron's 40. Kawhi's up there. I mean, you're playing against kids 20, 21, 22. It makes a difference.
Yeah. And Edwards is 23, and I think he's Jordan's illegitimate son.
Yeah.
That's my take. That's my take.
It was Jimmy Butler.
Listen, if you look at them side by side, I'm not kidding you, they look like Jordan's kid.
Jimmy Butler looks like him. I don't know about Edwards. Edwards is great.
I think Edwards looks more like him than Jimmy does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, anything can happen. I'm not going to put him against MJ. But, yeah, he's – the only problem with Edwards is he could be the face of the league. I think if he stops the problems off the court with girls, and like he was in the news a lot for the whole situation where he paid alimony for 18 years, and the NBA doesn't want that as a face. He's great,
right?
One of the best ever out of Georgia, but I know he's got 3 kids, and these guys, like, you just have to be a little bit more responsible when you're out there.
Yeah, and speaking of responsible, I haven't talked to you in a hot minute, and I'm sorry I'm jumping around, but what was your take on the Shedeur Sanders thing? Do you think it was justified for him to drop that far because of the antics around him, or do you think he's going to be any good?
I think what he did, the NFL did not like. I think there's nobody that really wags the tail. That's the way they looked at it. He went into meetings where he tanked the meetings. The thing with him, he didn't realize, it's like when you text somebody and somebody copies and pastes it, sending somebody else, all the GMs talk in the NFL. They don't there's no communication. So they were like, he failed miserably. He didn't prepare. He's very arrogant. I mean, again, Deion, his father could be like that out of college. And Deion grew up humble. He's the next generation. So, I mean, he made $6 million last year. He pulls up with a Phantom Rolls Royce, $300,000 watch. He was okay in college. He wasn't great. He didn't win back-to-back titles. I mean, there were only 2 games over 500 of him starting, and I think a lot of teams were like, he's too much drama, and I think a lot of times people thought he wasn't worth the squeeze of the juice. And also same thing like with Tebow. When Tebow came, they were like, who wants to deal with all this media? And then as a coach, you do think, hey, if I draft Deion's kid, unless my owner tells me, and we have a mediocre year, then he calls his father and the owner and says, hey, you know what? Make me the head coach. And then you could be, get your replacement. So, I think that I think what the Browns got is a great bargain now because he's only going to get $6 million over 4 years. So it's worth it at that point.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see because the guys that had drafted before him, the one kid that couldn't throw during the combine from Louisville.
Yep.
With that viral video that was awful. And he even went before Shadur, and I was like, oh, man, that's just not good. So it's going to be another wild NFL season that I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, the other thing was crazy with the coach of the Falcons when his kid sent that prank call and he got fined. I mean, that was really bizarre. Another bizarre thing. There's been some bizarre stuff that's happened where, and the kid, I don't even know what the hell happens to that kid. He probably gets grounded for about 17 years because his father gets fined.
His dad back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His father got fined $100,000.
Yeah, dude. That's to have his paycheck.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even want to walk in the house that day. I can't imagine walking in the house and walking past your dad and be like, hey, Dad. Hey, son, how was your day?
But you know what I heard, too, is this happens a lot to a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
A lot of guys get prank called.
Yeah, which I don't understand. What they said they're going to do going forward is everything's going to be on Zoom. So no more calls next year. And like every situation in life, it has to go awry for them to fix it. So it's going to be a Zoom call. If you don't see it, then boom, it's not a real call.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. 'Cause these poor kids, I mean, their life is about to change. And then you get some idiot from some no-name school calling you up. And listen, as a comedian, I was like, it's kind of funny. But
oh, yeah. I figured you could do a bit about it.
Yeah.
Have somebody call up.
God. I thought it reminded me of Jerky Boys. I mean, funny.
And Jerky Boys was one of the things that they did talk about, where they used to do it a lot of times, and different stuff and stunts and fake phone calls. But the NFL gives these kids the phone that day, so it's not like a number that's out there. So it's got to be people in the NFL who get the numbers and they call it, and that's it. And it's not their personal cell phones; it's the ones that they get. So that's how. And this other kid, who did the prank call, he put it on Facebook. So he's not,
I saw that.
Yeah, he's not really he's the knucklehead just to get, blanks and giggles. But obviously he didn't think it was going to end up like this, where it was going to be, a situation where the whole world's going to know his father's going to give. And his father hasn't even coached one day for the Falcons yet. The coach, the owner of the Falcons could turn around and say, you know what? Screw, get out.
For sure. So it's been wild so far. That's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that happens like off the field has been pretty big drama, and it's been picking up on the sports field, and people have been talking about. We're talking to Brady Matthews, good friend of mine, comedian. He's in the Dallas area right now, Austin. He's going to be there for a while. Then he's going to Manhattan. And somebody asked me the other day about you. Any plans to come back to Florida anytime soon?
Yeah, for sure. I'll be there end of August.
Okay.
Doing spots all around town, doing Boca Black Box, and then doing the Improv.
Oh, okay, great. So we'll definitely hook up there. That'll be close to football season. And what's the weather like there?
It's rainy and crappy. It's like 65 and rainy, but it's fine. It's fine usually, or it's really hot. It's in between. So we're having a very manic weather at the moment.
So what about the young lady that you were pretty friendly with that you left? Have you heard from her from down here?
No, I don't know what the heck is going on with her. She's probably just breaking hearts. Still working at Twin Peaks, doing her thing. I mean,
she was easy on the eyes. I gave you 2 thumbs up, and you sent me that picture on a Sunday. I was like, whoa.
Great. Gorgeous. But I'll tell you what, though, Dallas has a lot to offer. The Metroplex is a big, big place. And like I told you, listen, you come out here, we're going to tight ends or we're going to Concrete Cowboy.
Concrete Cowboys. Yep. Wow. That sounds like a hot spot. Is that a strip club?
No, it's where girls wear chaps, and I'll let you go from there for what the chaps. There's nothing really with the chaps. There's just chaps, if you know what I'm saying.
Wow.
So, and they serve you drinks, and they do the whole thing, and it's fantastic. The chips and salsa is really good too.
Concrete, and that'd be Cinco de Mayo. Are you going to go there and celebrate?
No, I'm not. I'm starting my podcast back up. So
are you really?
I'm on that today.
All right. So who's going? Are you doing by yourself, or who's going to be on with you?
Nah, it's just going to be me, solo mission right now. So we're doing solo mission. I'm going to try to get Greek to come on one of these days.
Hey, so, I'll do it for a jar of pickles. I'm in.
No problem. All day.
Jar of pickles, I'm your bitch. You know that.
Yeah, I love it.
Brady, there's not many people I miss in my life. Practically nobody except myself. But I do miss you. And I hope I see you sooner or later. Thanks for taking some time, brother.
My pleasure. And Dom, I hope you're well, my friend.
You too, buddy.
Stay out of trouble. And if you're in the Austin area, Dallas, go to Brady. Brady, tell them how they can get on your website and follow you on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Go to my Instagram, Brady Matthews 13, or go to my TikTok, Brady Matthews Comedy, and look at all new things that I have for my new podcast coming out called Sit and Spin. So,
all right, brother. Thanks so much for your time. Miss you.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Peace. It is the Greek. It is Dominic. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back with a trifecta and so much more.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I am butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, obviously.
20-pound phone. Yeah, that's adding a lot to the 20-pound phone.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I-95 and the Florida Turnpike both look good and up to speed on the afternoon commute. We have road work, Military Trail North at 45th Street. That left turn lane is blocked. Construction southern west of Pike Road with a right turn lane blocked. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Looking to sell your ride? Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the big cash giveaway. Hey, it's Franny, and they're giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Mail-in entry? That's 250 chances. Sell them your car? That's 1,000 chances to win. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Enter your VIN, get a top dollar offer in minutes, and ditch the tire kickers for good.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
Crisis is completely self-defined. If you're wondering if you should call, you should probably call.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills, talk about resources, and ways to move forward beyond the call.
They can call us, they can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that. And often, we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 6 offices across South Florida to serve you. Atlantic Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
What the Florida is brought to you by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about fun Mother's Day gifts, all for under $15? Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at Macy'sBackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting another rainy afternoon, but not before our temperatures get quite warm. We are going to see those temperatures climb into the upper 80s, feeling more like 90s because of our humidity. And then once we get to about 2-3 p.m., you'll need to pack the umbrella. It's going to be a rainy afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Road trip? Let's go. But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where our trained technicians only pour premium Valvoline oil for a quick and easy stay-in-your-car oil change. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow.
We choose to go to the moon.
I want to tell you about my new fiction podcast.
It's one small step for man.
About Buzz Aldrin, one of the true pioneers of space.
You're a great pilot, Buzz.
That's the story you think you know. This is the story you don't. Buzz, starring me, John Lithgow.
Listen to Buzz on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Buzz to start listening.
MMJHealth.com. Get approved for your card today. Medical marijuana made easy.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Love to sit and chat, but crack don't smoke itself.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Freddie will be back with us tomorrow, and she'll tell us all about her weekend and New Orleans. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
If you guys want to get involved, you can call us on many different angles today. It's 877-927-6969. Derby, did you win or lose? Probably lost, but that's okay. Most of the people did.
You think Franny's hungover?
No, I think she's just home.
Oh, okay, maybe.
No, I don't think
Didn't celebrate too much this past weekend.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. She would have to tell us tomorrow. I don't think so. And she's always honest. She'll tell us, but I'm going to say no. You could talk about Formula One. Did you check out the Formula One? What did you think? Maybe you got the chance to go there. Sunfest this weekend. Not first time, not down here in years.
Yep.
I think over maybe 25 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
besides COVID.
Yeah. If you, did you miss it this weekend? I went to the air show in Fort Lauderdale. That was fun. Maybe you did something fun over the weekend, like I said. And Derby, was it a win or a loss? And if you have anything on Bill Belichick and his girlfriend Jordan, and remember, if your girlfriend or wife asks you about it, you say it's bad. Yes.
I got a story for you, G-Man.
Yes.
So Friday night, I went to bed a little early. Nothing crazy, like 11, 12.
Yeah.
Because I was planning on helping, coworker move the next day.
Which was very nice.
And so I went to bed, and I woke up just randomly, and I thought I heard glass break when I woke up.
Yeah.
And I kind of jumped out of bed. I look around. And I'm like, was that glass breaking? Because I've occasionally woken up before and thought it was my dog barking, but he wasn't barking.
Now, does your dog sleep right next to you?
Usually,
Okay.
yeah, usually. And I heard, I'm like, was that glass breaking? My dog didn't react or anything. So I got up, looked around my bed, looked down the hall. Just kind of all right, nothing changed. I get up the next morning, take my dog out, and my TV stand has this level that has glass across it. That you could put your speakers on or something like that.
Your bong.
Or your TV box, whatever.
Yeah.
So I wake up and I take a walk 2 steps out of my bedroom and I look, the glass shattered in the middle of the night, just randomly shattered.
From what?
Don't know. Just shattered.
Was anything on it?
I mean, there's small little speakers. That's it.
Well, that's spooky.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't wake up in the middle of the night and step on the glass.
Yeah. Well, besides that, I'm like, wow, that glass really did break last night because I wasn't sure, when I woke up. And it made a huge mess, got on all these different things. And, you can imagine, little glass. I had to clean up vacuum probably 6 times.
I had a dream a couple of nights ago. Kim Kardashian made me pancakes, and I was yelling at her because she didn't clean up the stove. So when I woke up, I went into my kitchen. I says, "My stove going to be dirty?"
Kim,
get over here. What are you doing, Kim? Come on. You make pancakes, you don't clean up? My God, what do you think? You got a great ass? You can't do stuff like that. It is the Penthouse. Well, I'm lucky you didn't get hurt.
Oh,
you said. Sometimes you're in a deep sleep. Everybody, as you wake up, you don't remember something. You're like, what's going on? And you don't even remember it. And then you're like, did I dream it? Or sometimes I'll get a text late at night from somebody, and then I'll check it out. I'll look at it. I might respond. I might not. Then when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, did I? Then I'll go back and I say, oh, I did get it. Because you feel like, if it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're like, did I really get that text? And then when you wake up, you're like, okay, I got it. Pick up eggs and milk. It's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
All right, Jason, who does mornings on Gator 98.7 with Fran, he said not to bet the Panthers tonight. I'm going to go against Jason. I'm going to bet the Panthers. They're playing Toronto. I think they're going to win. I'm hoping they're winning. I usually zig and zag with the Panthers. I don't bet them during the year. Maybe once in a while. I do bet them during the playoffs, so we'll see what happens with the Panthers. The pregame is at 7:30. The puck drops at 8 o'clock. In the NBA last night, the Warriors won Game 7. Steve Kerr is 3-0 in Game 7s, but 3-0 in Game 7s on the road, which is a big thing. When you're on the road and you're going to have Game 7, that's huge. Denver had a Game 7, and they blew out too. They ended up beating and winning on Saturday, so they're going to face Oklahoma City tonight in Game 1. Denver, Oklahoma City, Game 1. Celtics and Knicks tonight, Game 1. I do like the Celtics in that game. I think the Celtics do win, so I'm going to go with the Celtics in that game. Panthers tonight, you got the Marlins taking on the Dodgers. Dodgers were hot as a firecracker, lost last night in Atlanta, but they were in the midst of a winning streak, and they did sweep the Marlins last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They won the Marlins. They beat the Marlins 7-6 in extra innings Monday, but the next 2 days they spanked them because Monday is when we had them by a run and a half. We don't forget that. So hopefully this Monday is better than last Monday for us in the Greek organization. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza, and soon to be a new location in Palm Beach Gardens.
Ooh.
I am very excited about that. I love Pilar. I love their lattes and their food. and I'm excited when they get here. You never know; it could be a spot for Greek's Gridiron. So hopefully we'll see what happens. And like I said, you can call us at 877-927-6969. A lot of things on the table. Club 11 voted one of the 6 best nightclubs in the world, and also highest paid nightclub by foot in the world, which is unbelievable there. Dom was there but does not remember what he paid to get in.
Yeah.
Or do you remember who you went with? Or
Yeah, because I remember where we were before at Space. And
Okay,
it was for my friend and for his bachelor party.
Yeah, and that was same weekend as Ultra, correct?
No, this was a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay, it wasn't
Yep,
the same
yep,
weekend.
yep.
Again, a lot going on. Diddy's case starts today, and he's in court, and there's a lot of reports about it already. And, whether or not he beats it, I don't know. He was in regular clothes today. They said he looked good, a little thinner. But one of these situations where he's got everything on the line, and we'll see what happens to him. They are starting to pick jury people today, and they said that's going to take probably about 3 or 4 weeks. I'm guessing this trial is going to go on for a couple months, and I think once you start getting testimony from people, it's going to be pretty brutal, some of the stuff that's going to come out. Again, Diddy says he can beat this case. So does his attorneys. They said he didn't do anything wrong. He was just a swinger, and he didn't do anything wrong. We'll see. I'm sure his lawyers are the best you can buy. But again, it's going to be a very tough situation for him, and we'll see. And he is gambling everything because he could have took a deal, but he said, no, I don't do deals. I'm not doing like that. Luka and LeBron. LeBron came out this week and said, it's not my job, and was very adamant about it, where, I tell Luka to stay with the Lakers. Because he does what he wants. That's not my job. My job is to play, and he's not going to try to recruit him in any shape or form. A little surprised about that. Also, there's a big age difference. LeBron said that. He goes, I'm on the latest part of my career. Maybe I play with him next year. We'll see. That's it. But he said, you know what? That's not my job to tell him to stay.
Doesn't LeBron have a thing in his contract that he could change teams next year?
Well, he has a buyout, and he has a trade clause, so they can't just trade him to somebody if they want to trade him. He has to approve it. I think he stays to the Lakers. Yep. I don't think he goes anywhere. I don't. I mean, again, I didn't think they were going anywhere. I said it from the beginning. I thought, Luke and LeBron's a nice story, but I didn't think they were going deep. I just didn't. I didn't know if they were going to win the first round, but I did like Minnesota in certain games.
What about Giannis? Where do you think he's going?
Giannis, I mean, New York.
Did you see the reports about New York for him?
Yeah.
He bought an $8 million house over there?
Yeah. I've heard New York, a little Miami. I don't know. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a summer when him and Kevin Durant, where do they go? Mm-hmm. And who really is the better salesperson? Now, I think for him, he lives in an $8 million house in New York. He could jump on a private jet and be in Miami 2 hours. So, I mean, it took me 2 hours to get to Boca today, from here to Boca. So, I mean, those guys can get on a jet and just fly home. They're in luxury. So, anything's possible. I don't think Miami wins out. I think Miami's a great place to play. You got the weather. You don't have state tax. There's so much. Giannis is a family man. He has a couple kids. He's been married for a while. He doesn't seem like he'd be cutting it up and going out here and there. So I think he'd be a great pickup for the Heat, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Which one, Giannis or KD? Who would you take for the Heat?
Giannis, without a doubt. I always go by age. I just do. I know in today's time in sports, you play year by year now. It's more of that than thinking of the future. But Giannis is a lot younger. He's also, I think he'd be easier to manage and coach than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's at the end of his career. He's played. He's won a couple titles, and I think Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has displayed over his career where he gets very sentimental. He's very little. He's sensitive. Not sentimental. He's sensitive. He had that phone. Remember years ago, he had like a burner phone, and he would go against fans.
Twitter.
He would go against fans who said he sucked. I mean, so when you're doing that, you got to know somebody like that's got to be hard in some aspect to coach, I would think. He's still great. Still put him in top 12 people in the NBA, top 15. But I don't know. I don't think. And they may get him. And the Heat finished so bad that anybody we can get is great. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the whole thing. People are saying Pat Riley's done. Spoelstra should be the guy. And I don't see that. I really don't. I just think that the Heat couldn't make moves. I was surprised what happened with Jimmy Butler. I've said it a million times. I thought that they should have handled it last August.
Which would be better? The Heat picking up, let's say, KD that could shoot the threes, or them picking up Giannis and being down low?
I said Giannis.
Right, but I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
Those two?
Yeah, I would say Giannis. No doubt about it. And I think, like I said, he's younger. So I think you could build around him. And I also think Giannis, if you get him, he could be somebody down the road, 2-3 years down the road that other guys want to play with. Kevin Durant's retiring. 1 or 2 more years, he's gone. So it's like, if I was thinking and I'm buying, that's why the Luka trade was so much better than the Lakers. It's an age thing. You want to also bring in a superstar who can play and help your team, but also can recruit other guys because these guys all leave. Nobody stays on franchises 15 years anymore. So if I got somebody, I want somebody that they can recruit. Florida Panthers tonight. Don't forget, game 1. They're taking on the Maple Leafs. Panthers are favorite to win the series, which is good to see, -175. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Kidding. That means you got to put up $175 to win 100 if you think the Panthers can win. But Toronto is the favorite. So, Toronto gets 4 games home, and the Panthers get 3. So don't forget that. Cinco de Mayo, what is your favorite tequila, and where are you going? And if you're going anywhere, please be careful when you drive. Don't drink and drive. And if you do, call Uber, call Lyft, call somebody and get a ride and think about it. It's not worth it to drive if you're having a couple too many drinks for yourself and for people around you. So it's not worth it. Make that decision. Make that decision, which is a smart decision. You don't want to be foolish. Penny wise, pound foolish. No, you don't want to be there. Stanley Cup odds, Dallas Stars are one of the favorites, and of course the Florida Panthers. Stars supposedly have one of the best goalies in hockey. So we'll see what happens with that. You can call us at 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Sunfest, did you miss it? Or did you not even know? Maybe you're like, is it this weekend? And also Formula One, did you go there? Kentucky Derby, did you win or lose? We lost. There's no doubt about it. Somebody asked me, if you won Greek, would you have come to work today? Yes, I would come to work today. I don't ever let betting affect my life, good or bad. Actually, when I lose, there's more incentive to come because you're like, stay out of trouble for 4 hours. My issues have always been too much time. When I have time on my hand, I'm going to get in trouble doing something I shouldn't be doing, whether it's at a casino, a track, or a brunette, something that's not good for me in the long run. So working for me is actually a good thing. These are 4 hours a day where, I'm not spending any money, which always is good. Dominic's in the house. We talked to him a little bit. What do you think about the Panthers tonight?
I think they could do it.
Yeah?
Yep. I feel like since it's the first game, they could come out a little hot since they've been hot. I feel like it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a sweep at all or anything like that, the series.
No.
I think it's going to be a long one, probably game 7 even.
Oh, really? You think it'll go 7? Wow, 7th game on the road is going to be tough. I'm going to take the Panthers in 6. I'm going to hope I'm right. And hopefully like I said, I zig and zag with the Panthers sometimes. Sometimes when I feel like I get them, they lose, and I bet against them, they don't. So we'll see what happens. They just got done beating Tampa, which is a good thing. Mother's Day, we will remind you all week, is Sunday, May 11th. So make plans sooner than later. You want to take care of mom and not with a text message. Bring her flowers, get a card, take her out to a brunch, maybe lunch, dinner. You said you'd take your mom where?
Probably First Watch.
Cool.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's nice. And that's a great place to have breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I've had breakfast there many times. And they have a couple different locations.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is there one up by you?
Yeah, there's one in Royal Palm.
I also want to check out that Publix one day by you.
Oh, yeah.
That little special stuff. There isn't one around me in Boca.
Soon.
I think soon they said there's going to be one. But I definitely want to check out that one because that sounds awful. Now, do you go there a lot?
Maybe.
And they have everything, right?
Yeah, maybe like every other week.
Yeah, they have everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get pizza, everything.
Pizza, freshly rolled sushi, burritos, tacos made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the Publix on 441?
No, this one's a little bit deeper in Wellington.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little bit farther. It's not as close as the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely got to check it out. I want to see it because, just to walk in there and get a pizza, I'd be like, what the hell's going on?
They have a whole second floor that's for that has a whole bunch of seats for you to sit and eat if you actually want to sit.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That's going to be also the Publix of the future.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're talking about, doing a lot of them over the next 20 years or 10 years to make them all transfer into that, where you can just have everything one stop, which is great. And you've been there and you give a thumbs up, so.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then you could also have a beer and walk around and shop.
Can you really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you can you have wine too?
Yep, beer and wine served.
Wow. So you can have a beer and wine. Talk about spending more money.
They actually give you a special glass. So they give you a plastic one so you can walk around and not worry about breaking the glass. And then they give you one to bring home so you can have a little souvenir glass.
Oh, yeah. It's like the Food and Wine Show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Where you can walk around with the Food and Wine.
And it's got the little Publix logo on it and everything.
Right? Oh, wow. They are making their moves, Publix. No doubt about it.
You can get beer to go. Like they'll fill it up in a bottle, whichever one you like.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I definitely got to check it out one time and see what it's about. Man, it sounds like they got everything. Have you ever had their sushi?
No, not yet.
All right, because I know you.
I'm not a big sushi guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you're not a real big sushi guy. 877-927-6969. Panthers tonight. Don't forget about that. NBA playoffs, 2 big games. A lot going on tonight, man. Ooh, I got a full schedule in front of me. We got the Panthers playing, and then you got the Celtics taking on the Knicks at 7 o'clock, and then at 9:30 you got Oklahoma City taking on Denver. Now, Oklahoma City's been off 9 days.
That's a while.
It's longer than most of my relationships. I mean, that is long, 9 days. We'll see if they come out. AG will come out rocking and rolling. I just think they will. They're deep. They're young. Denver, though, Saturday night didn't play a lot of their starters in the second half. Joker barely played in the second half.
They didn't need to.
No, they were blowing them out. So, I mean, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, they just played. And one of my buddies said that, and I was just like, you got to realize they did not play a lot. So I don't know how tired they're going to be.
You see how Russell was celebrating, got the tech?
Oh, yeah, when he slammed.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess he didn't care because they were up by so many points at that point. A lot of people knock Russell Westbrook, but he played great the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like 17 points, 18 points.
He has surges. He goes up and down.
Oh, yeah, he's still good. He's still a player that, if he gets a sign as a free agent and get him a little inexpensive, and I don't know what he's getting a year. I'm going to guess around $30 million. So if that's inexpensive, which is crazy. But yeah, he's Russell Westbrook. I mean, he's still got a good shot outside. He could drive to the hole, and he makes a difference. And he definitely made a difference on Saturday night. There's no doubt about it that he made a difference on Saturday night.
He only makes $3 million a year.
Oh, now it's 3?
Yeah,
wow.
not 33.
Wow, that's amazing. I thought they got him on the cheap, and I guess that's because this is his year where he was going to play and try to get a big contract next year. He had years where he made big money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where he was crushing it. A lot of people were at the Derby. A lot of famous people were there. Aaron Rodgers was there. He goes to the Derby every year. I didn't see Brady because Brady used to go every year with Edelman and Gronk and all them. But Aaron Rodgers was there and supposedly he had a ring on, and people were speculating, did he get married? Because he had some personal stuff going on. I don't know. Rodgers is Rodgers. He's a unique guy. He really is. He's very eccentric.
And then F1 had a whole bunch of people over there, too. A whole bunch of celebs. I mean, Travis Scott was there.
Yeah.
That Timothy Chalamet,
oh, yeah.
that guy was there. Gordon Ramsay was there.
Yeah.
Holyfield was there. Mahomes was there.
Oh, yeah. Mahomes goes every year.
It never ends, the list of people that go to that.
Yeah, that's a big, big celebrity thing. There's no doubt about it. And you need big, big money to go. And they're sitting VIP, too. I mean, they're all in the press boxes hanging out.
They said Jaden Daniels was there.
Oh,
Derrick Henry.
Okay.
A bunch of NFL.
I know Odell was there. I saw Odell was there. He was hanging out, banging around.
Looking for Kim?
No, he wasn't looking for Kim. I think they're done. He was with his son, I think, Odell. I think he was hanging out. Giveaways all week, like every other week. What was the keyword this hour?
The keyword this hour, just going to double check. I believe it was check.
There it is. It's check for our boy Rover. Remember, every day you should start your day with Rover and his crew. They'll get you out of the gate and right into the Penthouse, and we'll take you from 10 to 2, and then the Greek Zone, and then the News Junkies. We are the home of the Florida Panthers, and that will kick into gear tonight again. Second round, game 1. This is it against Toronto, and Panthers are a favorite for the series. But 7:30 does start the pregame. 8 o'clock, the puck drops. Panthers, hopefully they can continue hot and keep winning. Game 1 is so important, especially if you're the away team. If you can get that, then you're in the catbird seat. That's what they did in Tampa.
Yep.
They won the first 2 games, and they never looked back. I am the Greek. Dominic, thanks for all your hard work today. Appreciate you working.
No problem. We're going to have some tequila tomorrow, though, buddy.
Okay, we'll have some tequila tomorrow. Franny should be back with us tomorrow. You got her some tequila, so it'll be the day after Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, enjoy. If you're out there and about having a good time celebrating, enjoy yourself, have a good time, but don't do too much. And if you have too much, please call somebody or call Uber or Lyft. There's many ways that you can get a ride today. Or just ask a friend. That's it. How about that? Just ask a friend. Hey, buddy, can you give me a ride? And it's always better to be safe than, have a problem.
Yes, sir.
For yourself and for other innocent people on 95. I am the Greek. I appreciate you guys always tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show today. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. I always say the Penthouse is like sex. It's always good. Some days it's better. But today I give it a B. I give it a B. And Dominic was ready to rock and roll today. He wasn't hungover. He wasn't tired. And we give him the game ball because he helped a coworker move who had a husband. And that I really applaud. I really do.
Oh, gee, man.
Because I would have never done that. I would have been like, tell that bitch to do it. Why are you telling me? It is the Greek. Have a great afternoon. Let's win some money tonight. Come on. We got to bounce back in the Greek organization. Peace.
Hey, it's Rover from Rover's Morning Glory. Wake up with me each morning. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. And you can wake up with me right next to you. Romantic. Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it. Woo! Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
After your car accident, we will put money in your pocket or you don't pay us. Call Steiger Green and Finer.
Steiger Green and Finer won $300,000 for my case.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm Beach.
Actual client testimonial.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Road work causes a delay. Beeline Highway North right before Blue Heron Boulevard. That right lane is blocked. And 95 is looking good and accident-free. No major delays if you're traveling the Turnpike. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. And Friday night, Fetish Fridays. Live fetish shows every Friday. That's where the beautiful girls are. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Open to 5 a.m. Fetish Fridays. What's your kink? Every Friday, there's a beautiful lady waiting for you. And they're always there 7 days a week. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Get over there today. Makes a good night a great night. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively. Across radio,